Hi Ashwin, my correction. I said hello everyone. Vortex. Yep. Hello. I blocked him on Twitter. That's it. Blocked him on Twitter? Blocked him on Twitter. Oh, serious? Yes, today is the day he breaks the third place first. Yes. Mao Borghini. Why did you block him on Twitter? It seems a bit far-fetched to genuinely beat his qualifying chance this time. Yes. Man, Bleed looked very convincing. And even against whom, like, I wouldn't say we were like down and out or something. Boom definitely played well. They deserve the props for that. But yeah. What's up, guys? What have you been doing? Currently, they're just showing things, so I'm not really doing you anything. Isn't anything important to show? Good. Hi, Shaurya. Hi, Kaiju. Let's.
He's been silent. Darion is down. Rattler, though, is still pushing. He's still pressing the issue. Famous, maybe for two, it's not.
The catch and plays king. He's going to take it. It's going to be brutal. No, absolutely not. No! There is no way. You are joking, my friend. You were that.
Oh my god, this clip. Map pick sponsor hoga, any idea? Let's see, let's see. I think Icebox should definitely be there. Baki, maybe Haven and Icebox. Baki, I don't know. See, I think ONIC played Breeze well. They've seen Lead play Breeze, so I don't think. I think Breeze might even be an option. Then Ascent is a map they both play. Then Icebox, I think, can happen. Then there's Haven, even Bind. So I think so. These are the 5 maps. इसमें से 3 होंगे. You have Bind, you have Haven, you have Icebox, you have Ascent, and Breeze. These 5 maps. Vendor South Asia play.
They need that one to light the fuse for Boom to try and close this, but it could be in the form of
Debato. 100 years एनर्जी का मैच देखा क्या कल? हाँ देखा. 2 फाइनल्स BO5 क्यों नहीं करवाते? Their choice, man. I think it is unfair for ONIC to play and then just play the BO5.
Matches against ONIC and Team Secret, where we bid goodbye to the Filipino team. And the Indonesian team will be going next, and this time against the Malaysia-Singapore representatives. We have Bleed.
They don't be given much of a break, have they? It's gone from a hard team to an even harder team to have to take on Bleed.
Big boss coming through.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I mean, for Quack, it's a team that you have been following for a long time.
Paji, yes,
But
serious.
how do you think they'll fare against ONIC?
Yes.
It's
it's kind of what we've been
Literally,
used to
yes.
seeing at least APAC Stage 2, but
I had
Bleed
Bleed versus TS
down
Grand
to it,
Finals. I had Bleed versus TS Grand Finals
it's
as
not going
well.
to be an easy fight.
Honestly,
Bleed,
Boom
they
has surprised
seem
us
like,
all.
honestly, I
And
think
props to them,
throughout
they
this
did
entire
play well.
tournament, one of the more complete teams, but they do get in their own head sometimes. I mean, we were talking about this before as well when you were an analyst.
ONIC wins this?
So,
Wow, sure.
there is that chance, and we could
Let's make them bleed.
see an all
Yes, definitely. I'm very confident about today.
I did kind of like went over.
I think
that.
also the fact that ONIC has just played will also play into our
High
hands.
expectations for Bleed. So what do you think, or what do you expect to see from them? And do you think that Bleed will be able to overcome that mental block they tend to have?
Yeah, it's like they hit 12 rounds and suddenly they go, oh, what now? And it's everything just turns off. For me, I really want to see them keep their momentum. I
Yep.
think that Boom, ONIC Secret, something they all do so well is their timeout.
So the 5 maps are Release,
Worry
Icebox,
is
Haven,
that
Ascent,
Bleed
and
are
Bind.
not quite there yet.
I don't think we'll see Fracture, never. Don't think we'll see Split. We're not going into the series for sure. That's, yeah, man.
Well have a chance here, but we've just
Thing
seen
is,
like,
ONIC and Bleed are going to be evenly matched.
Oh, sorry, you were
Yeah,
saying.
ONIC.
We will have some advantage because ONIC has just played.
Like
Also because
different ways to approach the game, and they
I think so the players will be hungrier as well. At Sunday 4 baje yaar, अभी कुछ
and
सीख
that's
तो
something
बनेगा.
that really catch
We'll be doing that
caught
Watchparty
Team
as well.
Secret off guard.
Hi
Again,
Lakshya,
could be an
I'm good. I'm good. Tell me about you.
Their lineup today, as we mentioned for this whole tournament, Lexi out, Redla in, and I think that with the addition of Redla, we have seen a whole different layer of aggression from them.
Honestly, Retla has been
Honestly, I quite
so
like
immense, so
Redler has
influential.
molded very nicely with the rest of the team. He's
But I think
really
the
been able to
casters,
perform. The only thing that's,
not the casters, but the
really
devs
good
were
about
really
Shabani
not
is that his
really
style
focusing
is
more on
very hit and miss.
the lack of a lack of Retla's influence, whereas it's not necessary for a player like Retla to always be that influential. Yes, he had that breakout map on Icebox, but he was doing his job on the map yesterday as well. फाइनली पढ़ने से फुर्सत मिली, अब साइड साइड फुल मौज मारो. लेट गो लक्ष्य. अरे मैं ट्राई कर रहा हूँ एक चीज जो शायद किसी ने अभी तक नहीं की इंडिया में. डैम जस्ट सनाइजर. टाइम टू ब्रेक द टॉप टू us. लेट्स गो. जर्सी का साइज नहीं मिला तो प्रोफाइल फोटो पे एडिट करके एनिमेटेड जर्सी डाल दिया. देखे मैं भी मोटा हूँ, डोंट कैंसिल में. क्या बात.
It allows for the team to come into a completely new form, and whether or not
So the thing is, my editor
is a whole other thing.
Zeta जो है
they've been playing
link in
great
description,
up.
he did
I'm
this
not sure if they're tired or not.
because arrow वाला लगा हुआ था. It was not looking good यार. बहुत पुराना था. I was like मैं नया बना देता हूँ. तो मैंने भी उसको बोला कि भाई बना दे. बताऊँ क्या? बताओ. Hello sir. मेरी जर्सी याद है ना?
Quite frankly, based on what we've seen so far, they just seem like the perfect counterparts to Bleed. I mean, we can put up some head-to-heads. We can talk about some counterplays. I mean, like Shiro versus Lenny is one of those examples.
On the topic of some of the players from ONIC, for me, the combo between Severine and Elmimore,
I think ONIC has so much firepower
for a lot
that
of that game.
we often overlook that because of the presence of Ewok or how tactically astute they are.
Kind of two-man hit squads, and the fake
But yeah, their firepower is immense.
making a general nuisance to their opponents.
I'm going to change my name to Deagle T Godspeed ताकि मैं भी Godspeed बन जाऊँगा. Wow.
Because Bleed, they love to bunch up together.
Yeah, they do.
So it's, you know, it's kind of like what Dugan was saying. ONIC, they like to compress and make the map smaller. Bleed, on the other hand, I think they kind of thrive on that. So
Absolutely.
it's going to be interesting.
I mean, when you talk about it like that, it's going to be really interesting. I mean, we didn't mention Redla coming into team, and Redla has been very, very aggressive. And it's always been like a struggle between the Darian show and the Redla show. But on the other hand, if you look at ONIC, it's always been Monyet.
Yeah, no mention of
Maxi.
Maxi. Poor guy, man.
Fares toward Monyet because it's always been Darian. So in terms of how
If I'm Maxi,
how
I'm
Redla
literally
goes forward,
after this tournament, I'm
what do you
like
think that he
DMing
does
everyone.
to thrive?
Hello
Do you
guys,
think that
my
him
name
being
is
on Sentinel
Maxi.
stops him from
Exist.
being a
I'm
great
requested
shot?
from principal of school to organize a
Not
resource tournament.
necessarily,
Okay, just
because
very
his
nice.
Sky is very aggressive, which is why it can be a little bit inconsistent. In comparison, his Killjoy, a lot more defensive. It's a lot more of a setup Killjoy rather than one that directly fights with his opposition. We only really see that Killjoy take fights in afterplants or in retakes.
ये लोग अकेले रहते
I
हैं.
think Redler does get his
देख के
chance
समझता है.
to play when it comes to
ये मैं जितने बार के घर में रहता हूँ, मुझे रोज बाहर रहते हैं. मैं करता नहीं बोलती
in
हूँ.
terms of taking
हाँ तो
a
बोल दिया.
pseudo duelist,
Nice.
yeah, it's a little bit shaky.
hit or
PC का
miss,
देखना
right?
पड़ेगा.
Like you mentioned, with the Killjoy
Always going to
setups,
be a
it's a
problem.
lot more comfortable for him because it's those controlled environments where he really starts to thrive, starts to show that, hey, I know someone's coming towards me. It's easy
Yes.
for me to
We
prepare
have
for it to take them
Doomy.
down. As a Sky, on the other hand, he has to go for a little bit more
Hello,
proactive
Doomin.
role,
Hey, what's
more
up, coach?
utility usage,
Hello.
turn out those pop flashes, using the guiding light, maybe Trailblazer for
Are you
Guys,
live
are
on
you
YouTube?
able to hear
He's not
Doomin
so
properly?
used to that, not
Hello?
yet anyway.
Hello.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, nice. What's up? What's up, Doomin?
Are you live on YouTube?
Yes.
Alright.
Incline doing same thing, not Austin to Paris. Yeah, Sham. Guys, Doomin is in the VC. If you guys already don't know Doomin somehow, he's part of Bleed Academy and is the IGL of Bleed Academy.
Wow, free shout out.
So, guys, feel free to ask any questions you want to ask Doomin about the games and all. And also, I'll link his Twitter. Go follow him and DM him about any questions you normally would have.
I mean,
That was crazy.
I'm still lost.
right? Like he's gonna be able to do.
His
so much
name is
with
quite
that, and it really
controversial or good, I would say.
But then that said, I think the map selection is also gonna be something
Hello,
that we have
Doomin.
to keep an eye out for because.
Hey, so ONIC beat Team Secret, so
Yeah,
Secret.
dude.
Yeah, speaking of
Oh my
matches,
god.
also, I really want to ask you
Heartbreaker.
guys, this is coming from a team that just finished a very, very hard match against Team
All
Secret.
13
Please boost me as well, not just Godspeed and Serious. Wow.
Maps, and now they're going straight into a map.
ये gaming अवे वाला से
So,
बात
do
कर
you
रहे
guys
हैं. Nice.
predict that ONIC will be able to bring this
The-
home right off that momentum from the last game?
These guys
Or do you
think.
they'll fatigue out?
Did you see the match?
The Team Secret one?
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I just hopped on.
All of them were 13-11s.
Wow, they must be pretty tired, so easy, yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I said. I think we have an advantage.
Bleed guy.
Yeah.
Good sir. I like that. I really do think that Bleed is such a complete team.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes they get into their
I
head.
bet,
They
please.
really do.
It's
That makes them
maybe they
human.
need a psychologist this time, right? They already
Add
have so
one more
many
to the
coaches.
roster.
Yeah, maybe. So I mean, you know,
So,
just to
Doomin?
oppose Kremer.
Yeah, what's up?
How are your off days going?
We've been seeing them. We've been seeing them
Pretty
again,
good,
we've been
but quite
seeing
sad
them
because my girlfriend leaving tomorrow.
I like
Yeah.
that,
Morning.
And I think
Even when
Very sad,
they got
man.
a whole 3 maps earlier,
Damn.
do you think they'll still be able to keep going without fatigue?
why
No, it's
not?
okay.
I could
Can
actually
focus on
answer that,
training.
right, which is, teams when they organize practice, a little bit of inside info for you. When you
Yeah, I
organize
mean, you have to start watching the words of the tournament, right?
6-map span
Yeah.
with a small break in the middle is something that I imagine they're very much used to.
That's very interesting.
He's Jesus as in some a Mexican guy, not the god. Okay.
That fatigue going on. I believe that last night Darian actually.
How did you come up with the
he was with
Yeah.
tag for Twitter and Insta? Jesus adopted
But
son.
let's have a look at the map picks.
Because my
Now,
girlfriend,
ONIC gonna be
last time her
immediately
Insta is
I'm
GS
surprised.
daughter.
Bleed
Yeah, fair
Oh.
excels on this map, and if you notice, if they get a chance to choose this map, they will. And
Okay, so
Fracture
the ban
and
bind.
ONIC, I
ONIC
don't blame them as well.
ONIC banning bind means
So
they're giving Bleed the respect.
Send big pick. I wouldn't mind seeing a breeze here.
Because ONIC's bind is not bad.
Potentially as a third.
No
It's
cash
one
man.
that's play. It's one that Bleed have had quite a bit of success on, and it's one they've.
What have you seen the Bleed game so far?
Yeah, I mean, they
I
definitely
think the highlights.
had a chance to put
What did you think?
up on how they played it. So
I think the first one will be unlucky, yeah.
Yeah.
Had quite a bit of practice on it.
Yeah,
They had so
unlucky.
much potential, so much to offer on it that ONIC are honestly gonna.
I can't believe they lost though. Boom looking really sharp. The famous guy also.
Yeah, the famous guy.
Stronger maps.
It's also
The
one,
GS
once
my
again,
phone.
they've just seen ONIC play a full
Oh.
game of regulation on
Yeah.
it, and there's a lot to anti-strat. Secret, as unfortunately
Okay,
they're eliminated.
so the
but
map
that-
veto, I think so, is in Bleed's
that
favor.
Very favors the rest of the teams here. Is Secret
There's no
all
breeze,
round
there's no
just
split.
very well.
There's no fracture.
Really do. I mean, we saw
This is,
some
I
of
think so,
those
Bleed's
plays, some
Yeah.
map veto.
absolutely inane, like weird things.
Oh.
You talked about it. I mean, you were casting that
Yeah.
series.
Who?
Garage control, and then
Hello, bro. Indonesian team supremacy in LCQ? Yeah, man.
wrap around on it.
There was a time when Thailand was the powerhouse.
Hero push.
Then people started calling SGMY as the powerhouse.
Yeah.
But the real powerhouse is Indonesia.
Think about it, W Gaming, both Moye
Two
and
teams in
Darian,
top three.
I think are a better
And
match.
also you have Indonesian players in Paper X as well.
But at the same time, when you think about map control, I think that ONIC has a little bit more in the bag. Regardless, though, the
When
question
essay.
now is which
Hurricane.
team will be taking home this first match? Which team will be going on to the grand finals? We'll find out later after this break. Don't go anywhere. versus ONIC.
Okay, so they have a 3-minute break. Let's mute them.
Alright.
So, Duman, for the past 3-4 days, have you practiced or seen any VODs, any LCQ?
Yeah, I just watched the highlights. I didn't really watch the full games, like the full VOD.
Oh. What did you
Yeah.
think of Sentinels?
I don't know like still a bit lackluster.
Yeah. So
But I
many
guess
mistakes, right?
yeah, but I think the short pickup was a good like business move.
Yeah.
Yeah. But other than that, I just think like normal.
हमारे बच्चों को तो वो एक्सपीरियंस करना होगा मे बी मुझे मस्त रेसिस्ट लाइन दिमाग में आई बोलने के इंडोनेशियन बट वो बोलूंगा तो पक्का आंसर तो डोंट से इट ऐसे टीम सुप्रीमेसी पीसी डैन ऑल फॉर ऐसे यस तो ये करो मुझे भरोसा कैसे हो भाई हाय इलेक्ट्रिक आई एम फाइन हाउ आर यू guys any questions for Doomin also make sure you check out Doomin on Twitter I've posted this link I think I'll pin it I am waiting for Sid to come back so he can हिंदुस्तानी तो काम का है नहीं Oh. Wow. Zels is playing good. Yeah, Zels is playing good. Pakistani team supremacy in Jazba Cup, GXR and VCT PK qualifiers. All Pakistan. Let's go, Vortex. काफी टाइम के बाद आया स्ट्रीम पे नो वरीज मैन हाउ आर यू सो डोमेन आर यू गोइंग टू go with your GF tomorrow to drop her?
Yeah, but it's in the morning. Then
Oh.
after like lunchtime I'm doing something also, but after that I'll be free.
So tomorrow also grand finals, right?
Yep.
Let's go.
What time is it though? Evening.
Yeah, must be almost similar times.
Okay, then should be fine.
And also, if you are a DJ,
Uh,
you can join me.
Watch the NA.
Yeah, I'll start doing the NA ones from today.
I don't think I will watch the NA ones because my school starting also on Monday.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I need to revert
Sleep
my
schedule.
my sleep schedule.
Mm. School starting from Monday too?
As in like my semester start lor.
Oh.
Yeah. But I still have time lah. Break.
Okay. Oh, your school will be in morning?
Yeah, morning. I try to get the classes like morning
Nice.
and early afternoon.
Nice.
Holy shit. Sprout is -20.
Yeah. क्या भेजती है school के डर में? No, Doomin school नहीं. Doomin is actually 22. Doomin school means he business school and all sort of like, right?
Yeah, uni. Yeah.
Yeah, his school means uni.
Gives me the opportunity to play with amazing people and also our amazing sport stuff like our coach.
मुझे useless बोलने का. Serious आ गया वापस. No, he's still there. He will come back on the 8th. Same age as me. Yes, same age as you. Imagine what are you doing, Tanay? Your life.
We felt pretty good. Having kept the core team the same throughout the year, I feel like our chemistry and experiences together will help elevate us as a team.
And Tanay, get a grip.
The goal of the team is hopefully to qualify for Istanbul.
This Tanay is the same guy, right? Deagle TG.
Us is to attend like more major events.
Who plays with us?
I had a highlight
मत दो emotion damage Tanay को. I am doing a job and applying for masters for next year. Yeah.
That was pretty nice. Round.
Good for you, man.
Yeah, good for you.
I'm still at home playing games. Lemao.
Job Omega Lul.
To the VCT
Who does jobs
APAC
anything?
LCQ with
Bleed versus ONIC in our lower bracket finals. We are your casters. I'm Key and D. Gonna give it to you.
Yeah, we gon' give it to you. Together,
Just because I'm not giving Ronin doesn't mean I'm doing
be
it.
confused with Qui-Gon. It's a little different here.
Yeah.
As we are heading into our lower bracket finals, where one team's gonna need to use the force to get them through and face off against BOOM Esports, who's already sitting in.
हाँ भाई guys, गिना hello SR3.
That's already
Sorry
broke
boss.
down. These
No, you
two
just scroll it.
squads have had different journeys here.
This is how I troll him.
Obviously, we just saw them 30 minutes ago have to have a slugfest every single round possible in regulation to take down Team Secret, whereas Bleed lost to BOOM and were shut down by BOOM.
Exactly, and it almost went to overtime, but all the matches were very, very close. Just didn't make it to overtime, but it's the closest that you can get. 11-13 map score for each map. It was a slugfest, and ONIC are going to be pretty fatigued coming into this game because they are potentially looking at 6 maps in a row. They've had a 30-minute break, but ONIC had a bit of a warm-up. Was a slugfest against Secret, like you mentioned. Bleed, they've been waiting, they've been watching, they've been preparing.
Okay, first map is Ascent.
And with Ascent as our first map.
Let's go, let's go.
That ONIC, for different map that ONIC have had to play today. But that's
I think it's
part
going to
of
be a
the
mirror
advantage
comp
of,
almost. We are going for
going
Sage.
down to the lower bracket, getting yourself to the winners bracket finals that Bleed did. And a team like this,
I think Draw will show up this
that has the
best of
preparation,
3.
you can only imagine what kind of advantage it gives them knowing.
No, I
that
think
they've
so we
got
changed our
20
lineup.
more maps of
We
footage
didn't
on
play
us.
Sage
We're
earlier
looking
in
at
this
something
tournament
really different
on
from
Ascent.
Bleed here. We saw them on Ascent.
ONIC,
run a double
wow,
control
sure.
lineup. They've actually changed it up. Just looking at the agent picks, we're seeing something different here.
Toxic.
Redla is going to be on that
This is a
Sage,
Bleed
which we don't really
safe
see that
space.
often on
VRX
Ascent.
versus Fnatic anti-strat
And
moment.
Max's
Yep.
back on his comfort. It's going to be that Omen.
Yeah, I think they're gonna do the
The
wall.
wall.
The
Yeah.
Astra that they were running the other day. It looks to be a different lineup this time around. They've tweaked something. They're trying something out here against ONIC, and I think that it's back to their comfort picks.
Last time we saw Retla on Sage, Icebox, where he got that
We
ace
saw the Arian buy yesterday on Bind and now they ban the map.
against
Yeah.
Team Secret. Obviously different map, but
Sage is good though. Yeah, Sage is good definitely.
gameplay
Sage is good, especially if you're taking mid control, which they are right now.
with Elmi Moore.
With Sage, mid control is so much easier to
It's gonna
take.
be a battle that we'll be watching throughout Pith.
Let's
this
go,
time
Pith. We can do
playing
it.
The roaming position.
Yes.
Normally Maxi.
Clap him.
The smokes as the
Let's
Jets
go.
gets up
Oi!
for the rendezvous, and Pith gets the first
Okay,
kill in the
ONIC
series.
Slasher is
Shoot
fucked.
it fast enough, you can stop. You can kill him before he teleports.
Oh.
Maxi finds a kill
Let's
as well,
go.
but
Beautiful
he's
cover from
with
Maxi.
that cloud burst into
Yeah.
the dash, and now the spike is going to go down. Bleed.
Okay, there's no way they can recover from this.
And expect to see
We
a
have
lot
so
of
much
power on
control.
this
All
match.
three are coming from the
Darius
same area. They have to
space
clear so
going
much
on the Jet this time.
space.
Other times we'll see him on Raze.
Yeah.
Campus or try hard.
Allow the rest of the team to frag on out. Now 3v5 situation in goes.
Oh,
Moore
nice
on
recon
his
though.
own Jet, now sitting wide open as the cloud burst goes away. Severine gets a couple. Now a 1v2 situation, 44 HP. Will he be able to pick up the kills with the frenzy? Only 7 left alive. Darian still up close. Headshots could do it here. They're both lining up. No one is hitting their shots, and Severine has the opportunity here on the spike. Gets the
Just play time,
down,
just play
trying
time.
to clear out. The frenzy has just enough bullets. He's ran
Yeah,
out.
we won
Has to
already.
switch on
Yeah.
to the Classic, and Darian
go.
gets the answer. A hectic
Oh.
round number 1.
That's crazy though. How did 3v5
Very
become?
scrappy round from the two
Yeah.
teams, but
Pinned.
what
Become
we're
Guys,
seeing here
the
is
link is pinned. In VC with me is Dooman.
Succeeded in it, and I think that's
Our
something we're
IGL,
going to see
Bleed Academy IGL.
consistently
So
in
that
this
was too
series.
close.
These two
I
teams
don't think
are
that
very
was too
to
close. I
be
think
very
that was a
close.
foregone
We saw
conclusion. We
ONIC
just
go
didn't have to
to
peek,
Boom,
which
they
we
were also
didn't.
close.
You
In
know,
fact,
like
it went to so many overtimes between the two teams.
he
and
just has to
ONIC
play the timer, you know, and we
cleared that
played the
round
timer.
for near Boom's level, in fact. And I think that they're going to give Bleed a run for their money, even though Bleed have won that first round.
If we're doing a lot of this transitive property calculating, Bleed, remember, dispatched Team Secret.
I thought they done this
pretty
one yesterday.
easily, pretty
Nice.
dominantly. So you'd imagine Bleed would have a little bit of an edge going into this based on
Okay, A shot. They have two shorties.
Bleed is coming from that last loss. It's the first loss the team has had since they missed out on qualifying to Masters, as they lost to both Paper Rex first, then Xerxia.
Okay, I haven't seen this in a while. Two shorties at A shot.
How will they respond to adversity? Will they get that first
Nice,
win? And now
Darian.
Darian responding with a bullet to the face to Severine, making this a 5v4.
That's a lot of shorties on ONIC side. We are seeing 3 on their side, and I'm not sure if they can catch anyone here because Bleed look like they're going through mid, where the shorties are not at.
Yeah, I like that call. As help me more. He
Oh.
doesn't have a
What
shorty,
was that
doesn't need one.
shot?
The headhunter lives up to its name, and we know shorties can be pretty good on Ascent, especially if your name is Alone Fills. Unfortunately, Alone Fills not in this match.
Okay, let's go, let's go.
Some crazy stuff there from the shorties. It looks like they're trying
B's
to
clear.
move forward.
2
with
rifles,
shorties,
1
so they're
bulldog.
trying to take the shorties to their faces instead of just waiting.
Yeah, that is the FPX strategy. Did you see this, Doomin?
Which could make it very dangerous for
After
no, I
FPX did it in Masters, now every team on the anti-eco, they buy Vandals and Bulldogs.
from Redla.
Yeah, Redla making sure the site is clear, and then we'll be watching from behind.
Do you know why?
See Slasher. He was the MVP.
What is there like a particular strat, or is it just to like play safe?
Final map
No, so it's like
uh,
normally whatever stat you have, you buy these weapons just so the bonus round is not a bonus round. We have better opportunity to convert the bonus
might just
because
Oh,
we
yeah.
have Vandals and Bulldogs, right?
for
Right.
around number 3 and trying to get exit
Still
frags.
carry forward most weapons and build
That's a
economy.
pretty
Yeah,
good- pretty good pickup. If you keep the Vandal to go across, I think that's pretty good for the economy.
gun is similar.
They
Yep.
clearly are not trying to execute anything for this retake. They're just trying to look for the picks
Oh.
and see Slasher.
68% bonus win rate bolte.
On the
Yes.
side of Bleed, they do have the rifles in their hands as well, so that's going to be a good carryover to the next round. As the last remaining members, not named NC Slasher,
Diamond break from practice. Ooh, let's
It
go.
could have been a lot of damage to the economy, right? Because you had to buy up after the round win for Bleed, and they didn't skimp out
Okay,
too much. The Vandal there.
We
so
have
2
3
Vandals,
weapons.
2 Bulldogs.
Like
and
apart from a
Guardian.
Spectre, we have 3 good
One
weapons.
Bulldog, 1 Guardian, 1
Nice.
Spectre. And that could have been very, very dramatic. Even with a round win, you take down.
So
2,
even if we
take down
lose
3,
this round,
and
we have
you're
enough
sitting
to
pretty good in
buy
the
in the next
Either
round
way,
with
they'll
4
buy
people.
up. Shiro
Or 4 people.
with the Odin to
Except Darion, everybody can buy.
good
Right.
gun to use. A lot of Sova.
NC Slasher will be like, मुझे क्या, मुझे तो Vandal मिल
I
गए.
think with the Haunt, it's still pretty effective, especially playing on B. So this Odin is can still provide value as a Fade, as not just Sova that can see through the walls.
Alright, and control over
Nice.
Courtyard.
Oh,
And again,
this
another
is
fight
actually
between
nice.
both these squads. This time, it's a
Via
game
Mimo.
play as Retla looking right on through.
So what happens is they expect
Deter, no one watching
Elmi
tree.
more or someone to push
So,
smokes, right? That is why they
ready to
slow
attack
beyond the smoke.
Mid, you got 2
Yeah.
people going long A, and no one
Yes.
yet knows
Very
the
quick
play
ace.
has been executed. This is done pretty early for Bleed, as now NC Slasher's head is shown. Darren can't land the shots. Good slowdown here in defense by ONIC.
Pith found a trade kill, but it's still 18
Oh,
for 1
fake
Bleed.
tapping, man.
They get the site, but they're gonna have to take this outnumbered 3 versus 4 right now. But
Oh, nice.
even things out with that Spectre is able to
He
pick
can
up
upgrade
Still
as
got
well.
slow.
as well. ONIC
What?
trying to fight this 3v3.
You still
They
have slow.
the Odin.
Yeah.
They have Vandals. This is a buy run for them. This is a crucial round for them to win.
Yep, Pith watching the crossfire. Share knows he has to wait. Maxi
Ooh.
wins one. Maxi
Nice.
wins 2,
Wow,
and
Maxi
now
going
it's a
huge.
1v3, and Shiro gonna save right off of that one again. Remember,
Don't let
Shiro
him save, don't
spent
let him
all the way
save.
down to 150 credits for the Odin.
Now, because they still got money to buy, right?
He
It's,
didn't win
Yeah.
that
it's the
duel
ONIC that
to the
needs to
pistol
equal.
round earlier. He was holding the door on Garage.
It's
lost
just
it.
like I don't want him to
So many
save the
people
Odin, you know?
died
That
for
smoke so
Bleed
scary.
in
Yeah,
the
that
first
smoke
round
is so
win,
good.
But this time wins the solo hold on the
Only
site.
Odin.
wins
Because you know
solo
Odin
two,
can change the
and
game.
Bleed will take
Like,
a 3-0 lead,
Yeah.
and only 2 members die in that buy round.
And Maxi
Have
had
the
a
iron,
relatively
wow.
rough series against Boom, when normally he would really be showing up as the lurker. He's been shut down quite a bit. He's showing up very early on this map, and winning this round for Bleed, I think, is a very,
That change of
very
pace though, very
start,
good, right?
because They
They
walk
start
out
slow
the
from
first
top
round,
mid
they're
and then
able
they
to
just
upgrade
burst.
into
towards
Vandals,
the
they're able
split.
to roll over the economy. We've seen this from Bleed. I think the other team that like to do this, or the other teams that like to do this.
See Odin,
are
see
very
Odin
fancy. The Vietnamese teams, they like buying
with
those,
that side position.
rifles.
Hello Ayaz bhai,
That's
we have
enough to
on
bring it
PC
home for
today.
the third round,
Ayush, we have Doom in.
go for
It's a
that
tech
high
box.
risk and
We
very
have
high
Doom in
reward
case.
play.
Yeah, well,
Doom
only
in
3
for
rounds
those
to
of you
go,
do
'cause
not
we
know,
will
the
have
link it has
a
been
bit of a
pinned
tough
on
pause here,
his Twitter
but
link.
You could start to see how Bleed wanted to
And
play this one out, and you start to wonder.
he's the IGL of Bleed
They're a
Academy.
streaky team, and
Yes.
they were able to pull a lot of rounds in a row
Actually,
against Team Secret. That's how those guys did
He
it.
had DM'd
Those
him
final couple of
half an hour
rounds,
ago. Like,
they were
Doom,
just
Doom,
straight up
are
scrappy. I
you
feel like it was brain off,
are you
let's
free?
click better than the other team. And you wonder now,
Because I woke up late.
it has to be an issue because no other team in all of this tournament have had to deal with that. No one's played back-to-back games.
Yes, it is the only back-to-back series, and of course this is the nature of being in the lower bracket, and Bleed are taking advantage of that. They're playing fast, they're already executing, they're setting a tempo because they feel at ONIC they're still recovering.
2 minutes pro player for Bleed Academy IGL, so he sims for Godspeed a lot and he carries Godspeed and serious in rank. Wow, Tane. I know him, coach. Nice, Ayush. पकड़ के साथ ये दोनों को free low भी मिलता है. Wow, Tane. Still Bleed M's Jet greater than whole Bleed Academy. True, man.
Oh.
No.
Almost knocked off the whole world there as Moniette forced to go around the corner, and a nice fragment coming from Pith.
They still have the guns on the side of Bleed. They won't be able to take
आज
the
रात
gun
में
from
तैयारी कर ली
ONIC.
हाँ भाई.
That's irrecoverable for the side of ONIC, but they do have the headhunters, so they can still make this expensive.
Nice one,
Nice.
Lenny.
Kill
good
onto
catch.
Anymore. He does not find the headshot that he did that 2 rounds ago on Darion. And Bleed are playing this very
Nice,
cool. They
Redla.
don't want to give anything up at all. They're
Oh,
just
now
playing
it's
for the
good.
peaks. They're
Now
just
it's
playing
like
with default.
we know
They're finding
B has an Odin user, right?
Some research.
So definitely
Yeah.
we'll go
In
A.
defense, ONIC were
Let's not take any
consistently
chances.
making the map smaller against Team Secret. Usually had someone pushing up mid, and once they took a gamble, got a little bit of information, they started pushing someone else from another side. This time, 2 solo
Nice.
deaths as NC
Oi.
Slasher tries to get a couple, does get a couple with the collat.
Aw,
But Darian
fuck,
says,
man.
It's okay, 2v1. I don't think Odin can convert the 2v1 on A, right? If B, he has many spam slots, but
over on B, now he's got to do it here on A.
He's still pretty low.
Aye,
Shiro,
what a
she's
shot.
He's pretty low though, so unless he finds his first kill cleanly, I don't think it's possible for
Oh.
him. Shoots through the floor. Corner's a little bit thick, has to use a utility to find a little bit more information, but immediately gets suppressed. It's
Oh,
gonna get
nice
down
one.
By Darion as Bleed clean up this round. That double kill collateral from NT Slasher, a bit
this APAC I've seen too much
unexpected,
collabs.
but you
Yeah,
can see, you
so
can tell,
many
like you
collabs.
mentioned, Bleed were ready for the push-outs. They were actually looking at that corner. It's just unfortunate that the timing at which NC Slasher peaked and got a double kill. They knew that ONIC would do this.
Hey, nothing flashy about this from Bleed, right? No big plays here. The flashy play was right here, actually, with the lineup by NC Slasher. But you have to be able to congratulate when squads are willing to do what they're supposed to do and get themselves
It's a
4
fast
rounds in a
lead.
row now.
Giraffe
This is
is on?
you're 2 rounds from winning the half, and it's just been on the back of consistent play and punishing mistakes that ONIC have made, as now Darian quickly gets onto the site.
It just looks similar, like, right, Duman?
Yeah.
The stairs, nade and everything. Nice.
Darian
Darion and friends for Istanbul. Let's go. Let's go, Pika.
And all 5 members inside of the site.
So tough for me. Can't see Coach Ewok or Darion lose. Wow.
Under duress. They're making sure
One of them has to lose.
and hold against ONIC. That's something Bleed are doing differently against ONIC that Secret did not do. So that's why Bleed are looking good right now.
Bleed with that 5-man hold.
You know, you can see Duman that they are tired, you know, like ONIC.
No commands.
Yeah.
Now Severine gets taken down. Moniette trying to work his way on through, but can't see anything through the nebula and forced it back on off. Shiro getting shot through the wall.
Coming to TC land, no
Seeing
saber.
if he can do
No,
damage to the
no
economy.
land.
No, he won't. Decision
Perfect
time
ult,
is
yes,
little. They look like
perfect
they will
ult.
exit towards defender spawn. They realize they're safe, and it's another round win by Bleed. 5 in a row here as ONIC.
Hey, what's up, chat? Day, Susano.
Around with the Odin, and look at the post plan by Bleed. They were all on the site. They did not give any space at all for
What's
ONIC
up,
to pick
Saber?
anyone off. And the most difficult part about how ONIC are playing is that they've been forced to
Lenny
save
on Odin, let's go.
every single round except the previous one. And because you're forced to save, you keep.
So what would you say, Duman, here, if you are ONIC?
Full buy for the whole team typically. And because of that, Bleed are
I don't
just
know,
taking
man.
advantage of that. They're finding these weak buys. They're finding
That's why I have a coach.
weaker agents and just getting into the site. They're also controlling the
No, like if you're the IGL,
just dabbing
right?
in, sometimes it's slow, sometimes
What
it's
would
fast,
you
and
change
all
here?
on Bleed's terms.
Yeah, and early in the tournament, maybe you'll find a lot
I think
more eco rounds.
they're okay with
against
taking
teams
space,
like
because the
Bleed with guns that have set
the
plays
Bleed
that
are, I mean, like, they're getting
disciplined
picks
than
when
other
Bleed are playing
squads.
default.
So
Yeah.
much harder to punish
But
all
even
the
if
eco
they
rounds.
rush aside, they can just play
As the favorites,
They can just save their utility and play retake.
Do you think ONIC should play retake? Hello, Abo.
Yeah, they're definitely punishing because man,
I'm also
this
doing good.
scoreline
I
fight
think
is
they should
so
play more
close.
aggressive
Both
on,
ONIC side sometimes.
like,
You take a look at
continue
the
to take
scoreboard,
aim in.
it's not that far. No one's really
Continue
popping off
taking
crazily
nice.
for Bleed.
If I was ONIC, I would say I would tell them not to give up sides,
Very,
right?
very clinical.
Because right now you're tired, right?
They're winning.
So
Yeah.
in terms of retake, you will make more mistakes than their post plant, right? Because they are fresh. So an easy way to counter that is to just fight them head on, right? Because there your tiredness won't be as effective. And see, Bleed knows this. See, look at how fast they're going. See?
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yet again, almost in control as Elmi Moore has something to say about it, looking for something, and the tour de force lives up to a name, but Retla answers back. But here comes NC Slasher working his way on through to the site into a 2v2. Slasher low.
See, this is tiredness. Why do you go with your knife there?
Yeah.
APAC has to be the worst planning and scheduling. Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for ONIC in the sense that they have to play 2 back-to-back BO3s. Definitely. And that too after playing 13-11 maps, you know?
Same
Like,
thing they did the previous round, dashing to the side. This time in the back of the Nightfall with the flash.
if I was ONIC, I would ask ONIC to forfeit, so Bleed get freezing. Wow.
And they held that.
Good to see you,
They
Bobby.
just
Good
held that
to
side.
see you. Good
It
to
was
see
fair. I mean,
you.
there were some trades. It was
What
down
is
to,
crazy? They played 72 rounds already before this.
Yeah,
series.
exactly. 72 rounds, and then they had a 30-minute break. It's not enough, man. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
at least give them a 2-hour break, maybe.
So 6-0. Moniette trying to find something here using the blade storm.
They can hydrate themselves, they can eat, rest. But I mean, it's better for us, right? But imagine
Yeah.
us in that same position, right?
Singaporean
Yeah.
squad as now they move on in.
See, Bleed know exactly what they're doing.
Answer, and Retla is catching Moniette, who uses the ult and can't find
They're
any
going for
way to
executes,
shoot.
they're
And the
taking
spike
up
will be
space.
planted
They're just
on
playing
today.
absolutely. Do you coach as a full-time job or you? I mean, I coach full-time only. I may have other jobs. Sometimes I write. Sometimes I'm a consultant for other esports entities or orgs. But yeah, mostly I am here. कम से कम 3 घंटे का तो break दो रे बाबा. Even 1 hour would do the thing. Yeah.
But an answer back by NC Slasher onto Pith. Slasher goes down. It's just Shiro, and he gets taken
Easy.
down by Darian in style. The updraft leads them all the way up to 7-0.
Do you know?
Bleed are just not letting ONIC breathe at all.
See,
They were
this is
all
so
waiting
good.
on those rafters. They were just waiting to go down.
They're going for executes, right? They're trying to
Yeah.
finish it as fast as possible. They're not giving ONIC any breather, any room to, you know?
Yeah, to consolidate their
Yeah.
thoughts.
Unfair, man. To start playing better for her then. Like, do you earn enough to have a good future? Couple,
Hey, ONIC, you're not gonna get any free kills. No thrifties for you.
I don't know how much I can say, but I am decent.
Plus the credits in the bank account right now. So nice here for Bleed.
I think Bleed as a Nog, they take care of everyone. So, I'm just fortunate to be part of Bleed. This is the ideal condition for ONIC. Yeah, definitely.
The test makers, they've got them all right now. Severine, they might have one. It might be a drink of wine here is the way to go as NC Slasher goes on in.
Oh, fuck, man.
Play them is Severine. I don't think they know quite yet. There's only one more. It's Pith. Pith is blind.
Oh,
In the
nice.
corner, but now Severine is blind. Pith.
The hell?
But on the opposite side, everyone goes down. It's Moniette.
Oh.
And there it is.
Well, I didn't even see what happened on his side. I was just looking at Pew's flash.
Yeah, I was also looking at Pith's flash.
Choice question. You'll get one of them right as ONIC are on the board.
It's ARV 50-50. They finally guessed right and they finally set it up right as well. Severine in that corner.
See, Lumen,
Sprung out the trap.
they fight side,
Sandwiched them,
they'll
isolated the
at
KO,
least have a chance.
broke down Bleed, and that's
Yeah.
what we saw
If they
Boom
give up side, there's no
do
chance for ONIC.
consistently yesterday. ONIC has not been doing that, but once you interrupt their flow, once you stop that full push from
Because if you let Bleed execute, they will run over
It
you.
was Darian still having
Oh,
a
yeah.
big game, but it was also Darian dying early on that stopped Bleed from getting into sights against Boom, as well as Redla not having as big of a day yesterday as we were used to him having in the first 2 matches of the LCQ. And so ONIC hoping to replicate that type of performance. We know that it's a full buy.
But see,
here
this is
on
why Maxi is so
Maxi.
good. right? As an IGL,
for the first time.
he understood that they have adapted, you know, with that round.
Yeah.
So he immediately changes to default, back
was
default.
correct early on by ONIC, but now on the mini map, you can see Shiro hedging his bets. Maybe they came mid. Maybe I got to go back towards A. But it's actually, you know, fool me once, we'll go to the other side, and here we go. Prowler has been spotted. Monyet trying to win the fight. Tailwind backwards and wins the battle of Jets against Darien, but then gets finished off by Lenny. And the rotate is on through by the rest of the team. They're going a little slow. LB Moore is slow and does get finished off. The revive, of course, it's ready for Darien, turning it back to a 4v3.
Oh, the revive, nice.
Back to defender spawn.
They're getting the spaces they need. They use the Cosmic Divide, but Bleed, they have quite a bit of time, and they also have the From the Shadows. They actually don't have the spike, though, so Maxi's going to use it.
Wow.
Wow.
NC Slasher lurking at mid. Finds two. That spike is going to be trapped, and they're going to have to try and kill the last two members of ONIC to win this, because there is no time to recover that. And planted as NC Slasher finds a third, and Maxi uses it from the shadows for naught.
There we go. Utility usage coming.
And they're starting to prevent the executes. They're just
Yes.
fighting the main.
Yeah, that's what I said, right? You
Yeah.
don't let them execute, you have a chance.
Maybe not. Maxi very low. He's guessing, and Severine guesses correctly. I'm the master of the wine cellar, he says. And it's 2-7, and damage done towards the economy. Still a buy here.
But you know what?
Lead.
I think Maxi played it well.
You're getting a little something going.
His ult was good, but I think they should have still gone B. They should have used Maxi as bait, you know, towards A.
Yeah.
Streaky teams, yeah, but let's not get too excited for them yet. But they're going to find those kills. They're going to find it. They're feeling it. And I think that's the biggest thing right now for ONIC. They needed that confidence boost. But Bleed, they're going to have to try and see what else they have in the playbook, because those set plays that they've had, the first 7 rounds have been figured out. And Elmi Moore finds that first kill onto Darion. Again, the opening pick.
See, this time we didn't use the slow, right?
Successful against Bleed.
Yeah.
Finding the opening pick on Darion, the space maker.
Sort of
has already been taken
feeling
out.
pressurized now, I guess.
That wasn't happening in the
साथ में कौन है? Callisto, welcome to the stream. Pinned है. His Twitter is pinned, guys. Zoom in.
Hello.
Hello.
Wait, you get one timeout every half, right?
Yeah.
I think they lose this, they will timeout.
Definitely.
Yeah. Have to lah. 3 in a row.
Yeah.
Or 7-0.
What?
What?
Whoa.
Nice rotate by Lenny. Oh, Shiro going, oh, beans, I missed the shots, and now has to rotate himself on around. And maybe we'll get a plant here as well.
If you make a pocket with Astral, then to woman.
Get on this B site. If he can isolate the duels, if he
No,
gets
they
the
won't.
timing on this, on the defender spawn, he just might be able to pull off this round. He's tucking himself.
Oh,
in
Lenny.
though.
A nice position. Eh.
Yeah, beautiful
It's
position.
a choice you have to
He
make.
can segregate, right? He can isolate.
Yeah, isolate one-on-one, yeah. There's no way
Yes.
Maxi gonna... There's no way... Who's that? The city guy?
Severin.
Shiro gonna come here...
Shiro, yeah.
No,
Right.
there's no way you're gonna come here and clear all the way.
Oh,
Oh! Oh, fuck.
It was close.
the recon, man. The recon.
Need to do it, but
Unlucky.
Severine,
Yeah, but beautiful position, beautiful movement.
I like the
Movement
Yeah,
by
but
movement.
miscalculated.
But
Oh,
it's
Lenny,
all
man.
from Shiro. It's
But yeah, now
Nice
timeout should come because we are in danger of
We've seen him.
giving them a 5-7 half.
Two initiators are one of
Yeah.
the two of
And
them
with
have
how dominant we were, we cannot give them a 5-7 half, right?
If he gets pinged
Yeah.
at logs, he thought he was gonna be
5
safe,
round is basically
but the
50-50.
usage of that
Yeah.
there
If
was
you win the pistol round, it's anyone's
They have
game.
not taken a timeout.
wherever Lenny could have hid, he could
Interesting.
have gotten pinged.
Strange.
And just with one use of utility,
They have pit ult. They can execute with pit ult. I think they're trying to, but ONIC are reading it.
I like this here, you know.
ONIC are reading it.
ONIC, you're saying, hey, maybe we don't have the economy.
Yeah,
for
मेरे
guns
question
in this
में
first
ये
couple
plan
rounds, but we
किया
have the
गया
economy
है,
for
consider
utility, and it's
Okay.
been 3 utility rounds in a row. And Elmi Moore with another opening pick on the Darien. And Key, you set up the playbook here. Get
See,
that
never
opening
spray with a
shot
Vandal, you know?
initiator.
Mm.
Will win rounds, and Elmi Moore still in the
Wow.
has the rendezvous as well, but doesn't need to do it as it's a date for death here for Bleed. Finally, they get Shiro, but Elmi Moore still into the corner with the operator and lining it up. There's the rendezvous. And
I think we should have taken a timeout.
and wipes
Yeah,
it out. You got
definitely.
blood on your face here, Bleed. It's 4 in a row for ONIC.
you said they were a streaky team. They've
We
streaked
need this
4
round. We
rounds
need
in a
8-4
row.
at least.
It's really about finding Darion. Once they found Darion, the site
Job,
does not
Brian.
get
Yeah, they took a
sliced.
timeout.
He doesn't get to dash
Nice.
in and disrupt the defense of ONIC. And I think that's
So what do you do now, Domin?
It's Elmi Moore. he's the one that's always hunting for Darion. He found him at mid, he found him at B this time around. Whenever they find him,
What do you
he
do?
just considerably slows down because there's no
everything.
disruption into their defenses. Their fortress, in fact. ONIC have held so strong whenever they found Darion first.
You know what I do?
I think need to fake.
No, you know what I do?
What?
I tell my CH to wall top mid and Darion on top of the wall and he peeks mid. He kills enemy more.
Darion
Mid.
still doesn't have ult points for Bladestorm, and so
But that's so risky though. What if he does? What if he
Yeah,
doesn't go
that's
mid?
risky. That's
there's
risky. But
enough value to
that
use
is something they won't expect,
mid-round
right?
being a deficit for one round. Exactly. A lot of
Yeah, I
time
suppose.
You use it early to plan out. Okay. If we
It's
win
like
this
the
round,
Tyler call. Remember when Tyler was 0-7-0?
me the next couple.
Yeah.
Not the case
Yeah,
here.
it's something they can't expect that
They want that
Tyler will, go for a hero Vandal buy when he's 0-7-0, right? Because
Yeah.
he's underconfident. So it's very simple, very short things like that.
ONIC and Secret. Every round.
See, here they have Monier
any round
going there.
could have
If
easily
we,
been wins.
use the wall,
Likewise, Bleed
Yeah.
want to avoid
they would
that.
not
They
expect
want
it.
to make sure
Monier's
that
aim
they
would
win
flicker.
every single
And you
round.
can then peek together, right? One guy from below, one guy from above.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
only more
Elevation,
woken up
it's so good.
and been able to outduel the duelist.
13-10 for
Losing
ONIC.
Chamberlain. Look at this.
Sorry,
Pushed all the way up mid. There's no punish.
See?
Oh, no.
See, we can't give them this mid,
Just in case someone was
Yeah.
lurking up the up catwalk, and here we go. Darion gets onto the site. This is what we saw.
Okay, we can still take side. Only Astra there.
Opposite side is Elmi Moore, but you gotta go fast. Are they able to get on? Yes, they are.
Oh, this siege will...
On it, but Elmi Moore and Severine
Oh, the
hits
bomb
it
drop.
back, and
Oh,
in the
fuck.
blink of an eye, 7-5
See, Dooman?
onto ONIC, 5 rounds in a
Never
row.
execute.
Bleed tried to force that.
We again went for the execute, right?
On the side, they just
Yeah.
chased after
ONIC
that.
adjusted to an
Fastest
execute.
chase and denial.
And also we can't give them
I've seen
give
off
up
it
mid,
executed
Because
every
we see there are two ways you can tackle mid. If you know they're coming mid, we can give up mid, right?
Yeah.
But if we gave up mid, what happens is they are also taking sides now. They're not leaving sides, right? So we can't afford to give up mid and give up side, right? Like,
Yeah.
so we have to take one area instead of side where they are now fighting you head on. You maybe try to take mid with something they won't expect, right?
Yeah.
duels, and because of that, their lineup has just been disrupted so much. They didn't get to punish.
Or something as simple as like Jet on top of Sage wall towards B, right? On the boxes would also work. You need stairs, right? You need stairs,
Yeah.
you recon, you spot him and the Jet just kills him on top, right? Or even just Sage on top of that, right?
Yes, part of it is okay, cool. Now he's mid, now he's A, he's shifting around where that operator is lurking, but they've mostly been
I think Astra better than Omen in this map. Hi Axie, I think both have value. I think Omen has great value on this map, honestly.
using their utility. When we saw ONIC start
Onyx Astra, yeah, is working properly, but I think Omen has great value on this map. I'm very sorry, but Omen's value is underappreciated if that Omen can play individually. Like we have Kaiji playing Omen, and I love Kaiji on Omen. I wouldn't put him on Astra any day on Ascent. Because Omen gives you that individuality, that ability to make plays for yourself. ONIC winning 13-10. Let's see, I don't think so. Why Omen has great value? Can you explain a bit? Yeah, so again, conditioning, right? On Omen can condition teams against the defaults with his TPs a lot. Okay. Wow. Okay, this is a very good call, but Elmi Moore missed. Thank God.
Yeah.
I was about to say
lucky.
nobody is watching top mid, right?
Yeah.
Landed 3 bullets, no headshots, they're all moving.
Oh, but they are reading it correctly. Let's go, Bleed.
Enough damage, and I think for the side of ONIC, they know what was up. They know that A is open. They know that
I'll explain after the map,
actually.
actually.
Now, Bleed, they're very close. They can still try to hold this or disrupt this.
Oh, Darion almost saw the top of Severine's head. Spike has been planted here. What is coming next for ONIC?
V5 retake. But then he got utility.
Defense. Darion waiting to peek. Now goes. The Haunt comes out and sees Pith, and Severine gets one with the fragment through the nebula. Monyet sees a couple. Reloads, has all 13 bullets, and lands a couple. It's
What?
through. One more to go, and Lenny gets gets taken down. We've been waiting for Monyet. There he is, and an all-important pistol round goes to ONIC.
He's been the absolute monster that's been on a tear. The past few series that they won, he's been putting ONIC on his back. And we're seeing that again. Everyone on ONIC is showing up though. And what looked like a very one-sided map, starting off 7-0, is almost tied. We're 6-7 right now. And ONIC G, they're the ones with the advantage. They're the ones with the guns. Bleed, they're not even going to buy this round.
Okay.
For Bleed, you gotta wonder, what was that defensive push out of A?
They should have tried fast retake. Yeah, Archit, but they already reached there fast enough, so they thought they'd go for a methodical retake, like a rehearsed retake.
Just basically start the round very low as Lenny gets the early push on, and yeah, another gamble by Bleed doesn't pay off.
But that Astra smoke actually did everything for them.
As they're gonna get the spike down with all 5 members close to the site.
You think it's a
Insane
50-50
frenzy,
heads or
yeah.
tails, maybe after 2 gambles you get it, but no, unfortunately they're just not finding the luck. And now
Man,
ONIC
Frenzy
are
on Jet has so much
controlling
value.
on the
I don't know
left
why on
and
pistol
again,
round
able to cut down
Jets
Red
go
Line.
for any other thing. Frenzy on Jet has so much value on pistol rounds. It's
From Hero,
absurd.
I think that gun might be dangerous.
2 different lurking battles happening at the same time while those on the site were still
Let's go.
Severin sleeping.
Yeah.
Down, you hear the squishy squish. Slasher knows that it's a fake, as it's only
Let's go.
Nice.
Turn this one on
Good
its
retake.
head. We wanted to see who was gonna buck the trend, and so it was 7 in a row for Bleed,
Oh.
6 in a row for ONIC. Supposed to
Too
be
spread out already lah.
Yeah,
Bleed
You got
stopped that one there.
three so deep backside and then 2 B main.
exactly.
Just that giving them so much space to clear.
Exactly.
Clear their corners.
Smoke by Omen and Jen was such a great thought. I blocked the field retake. Keep on, I guess. Yeah.
This is crazy. Lenny with a classic as well. It's
Nice
so
shot, though.
accurate from that range, just tapping.
That 2K from Maxi from Lane was the beginning of it all, right?
Yeah.
This map attack for sure. Frenzy is the best. Yep. Maxi god. Maxi is a god. I don't know why casters or the analysts just never highlight Maxi. I am fed up of it. They always highlight Darion or Rekla. It's okay. Like, but Maxi is for sure the star of this team.
No lah, but usually casters I mean it's easier for them to talk about the flashy plays, you know.
Yeah, but
Or the flashy plays or the sick aim.
the desk, not
Oh,
the desk,
misplay
right?
by Lenny.
Yeah, but not the desk, right?
Yeah, true.
Coming up big yet again, as we've seen all tournament long. Darian tried.
Nahi, Tane, I don't do all this. I won't message Kramer. Just because you know someone, you can't influence things, right? It has to come naturally to them.
Oh, Redla's in a pickle.
Yeah.
0 points suppressing the healing,
Oh.
and there goes Redla. Eventually dies, and see Slasher getting one as well. And so either team doesn't want to win on their bye here.
Is it going to be a counter thrifty for the side of ONIC? That headhunter on Elmimore had just proven to be so lethal. That's information found by Monyet. And Slasher
Nice Pith.
gets taken down. No Pith finds
Good
him.
read.
2v3 right now. The big guns are still on Bleed's side, so if they play this perfectly, they
People
can
are-
still take this round back. But the headshot from Shiro finds Maxi. It's all down to Pith. 1v3 with this Vandal. He's up against 3 pistols, but can he do it? He's running out of time.
Oh.
He's forced to take action right now.
Now trying to hold them here, possibly to punish any sort of economy. I don't think he's going to be able to get it. Maybe he wants to save his. Going to check this far side. Yeah, no way to get
Nice.
the defuse here.
Not allowing them to go.
Still hanging
survive, you
tight,
know?
making sure no one can get through. The spike will explode no matter what. He does get one. It does not get the other. Elmimore lives. Does not live with a Vandal, though.
Does he
Pith
get a
is so
Vandal
aware.
though?
Yeah, Pith is so
he
aware.
doesn't.
Yeah.
That didn't feel like it was worth it for Pith to stay there because he still had the Vandal. It was 1v2. He knew he wasn't going for
No, it's
the
okay.
anyway.
It's
Taking him
okay.
out was not very high value either, but he lost the
He,
Vandal.
if he got chamber as well, it was worth it, right?
Nervous here.
Yeah.
Again,
He
that's
didn't
the
get chamber. That is the only
teams
thing.
swap wins without a streak.
I mean, statistically, it's not worth it because you give up Vandal and your like whatever armor if you had armor. It's spray tuning करता है discipline तो है लेकिन उधर कर पाता अच्छा
Well,
होता
here we go. Darian pushing out.
Just-
This is
yeah.
something that is
Ooh,
different.
nice.
This time
Good
Flash.
pick for wow, nice fallback.
And so
Nice.
for the first time in a long time, we're seeing a 5v4 go the way of Bleed.
Yeah, they're the ones finding the first pick. They felt like they had
So
nothing
many
to lose when
thrifties
they
in
went
the, is this team
because
from
they
SA.
know that they don't have guns on everyone. They need to get that advantage early. and they did so.
Yeah, now it's important for us to keep control, right?
If you throw it right hand and you're standing here between tree trying to get it on a catwalk, there's no way you do it. But because it's left-handed, it looks like it makes way more sense, right? You see that?
All right.
Right-handed would bounce off and you feel dumb, you look dumb, but here the left-hand, you kind of curve it that way.
Breacher's utilities are also on one in each hand.
They really favor
the hand
retakes,
cannon
huh?
and the flash,
Yeah.
like all in separate hands.
I love that. I love that. 0 point, doesn't catch anyone.
The thing is, the more they wait, they are putting the doubt into Bleed, right? Like, you see,
Yeah, true.
Lenny went there and now Maxi is watching mid, so their defense is now lighter. And they need to retain A-shot control.
It's going down very quickly. There's the Nebula. Fragment does come down, but Munyet's able to walk around it and get onto the site. And
See, the advantage is gone.
Darian
Just because they kept Bleed waiting, you know?
control of
We
Yeah.
second guessed ourselves.
Darian hurts and they can't even pick up his gun just yet. If they can, okay, they finally recovered it. This is still pretty doable for Bleed because they have the rivals. They need to find Elmi more though. He's been lurking, but who lurks the lurker? Maxi tried.
Should take someone with you, right?
He's just so sharp right now. They
Yeah.
need to flush him out first before they can even think about going to the site. But look at Elmi Moore, he's just buying so much time. He does not find
Let's
him.
go, Lenny.
Finally takes him out, but the clock is ticking. It's a 3v3. The door is still closed. They still use the Cosmic Divide as well. Where are ONIC going to be? That's the biggest question mark for Bleed right now.
Yeah, and they gotta worry. You know, there's a ton of fights over at Wine early on.
LOL.
Defuse starts. You can hear it. Nice cover by Pip, but it does not get to half, so they gotta go fast. And they
Oh my God!
by Severine, who is standing right
They didn't
next to the
check
same
him.
spot where they got the kill earlier. No one would have checked that box as well. You assume that it's 2 under Hell, and instead it's 1 on the board for ONIC. That leads us to 8-8. Bang even.
From
as we go to
7-0
round
la.
17.
We've seen so many teams not use that
Good
Cosmic
timeout.
Divide properly. Like sometimes it creates a 50-50 instead of an advantage.
That was such a bad Astro ult, right? Oh, yeah, Tane. That trash ult.
100% perfection because
That was
everyone
such a bad Astro ult because you could diffuse from here.
But no one on Bleed knew where anyone was behind that curtain.
And look at this score right here on both sides. I feel like we keep yelling out Elmi Moore's name, and he's 4th in terms of kills. It's been Severine, it's been Moniette, and see Slasher with a couple of holds. Sometimes on rounds that they ended up losing anyways. But
What do you do now, Domin?
Some crucial kills that mattered.
It's not about the number of kills for Elmi Moore, it's the quality of kills.
I see.
High impact frags.
Telling
That's
again,
why
13-10.
We
Nice
keep
try.
saying his name because he keeps
His Bleed
finding
had a raise
his
easy
first
3
kills,
minutes.
and that's the most important part. That's the one that's disrupting Bleed. And they have to call a timeout now because after a hot 7-0 start, they now have 0 rounds difference between the two teams.
Yeah, and I mean,
Exam किसी और का चल रहा है और Viva Domin.
lead score with 13-12, 11-10, 9.
See,
a
this
nice
is
little
how we
string
are
here, but
helping each
other
other
than that,
learn, you know. I ask
want
Domin
someone
questions,
to
he
step up.
understands big
Maxi,
situations.
again,
I
has been
understand what
trying to
Domin thinks,
lurk the
Domin
lurker
thinks
the
in this
form of
situation
Elmi
and
Moore.
vice versa,
That's
you
been
know.
fun. Darian and Moniette, that's been fun. Oh man, these matchups are so good, and we're only in the lower bracket finals again. Boom, awaiting the winner for that coveted spot to Champions.
Whoa!
APAC
Darian.
with one tap right there, picks up the kill. Moniette goes down, so it's an opening kill for the first time for Bleed in a bit, and now the Null Command shutting down the Blade Storm and will buy very precious time.
This is where the KO shines, really shutting it down, but that's Nightfall going to be committed. Gonna try to go for this.
Good ult, good ult.
They need to wait it out. They need to
Good ult from Shiro.
to stop.
There it is, a counter Null Command coming in. Bleed.
They gotta go fast though.
Yeah.
That's fast. Still alive.
1 in Hell, 1 still waiting over at Wine. Pith has started the defuse. I don't know if Severine can hear. The defuser got killed, and so now it wasn't at half. Shiro trying to get through the smoke. Time still of the essence.
Let's go.
They will be able to
Nice.
get it. Bleed. It was chaotic, but they win it 3-0 with 3 members alive, 9-8.
The timeout worked out for them. It wasn't a great buy. They had to use a Blade Storm. They had some
Hmm.
Bulldogs. It was pretty scuffed from Bleed. But they've actually found a way to retake it. They've actually found a way to stop ONIC.
See,
I
this
think
is-
that for
This
Bleed,
is also a good example, Domin.
ONIC head on.
If
have to
you-
wait for
Yeah.
him, and
if
that's
you
exactly what
don't
he did.
take
Find the first
space.
kill. He's considered one of the
ONIC
best
didn't take any space towards A shot this round. The earlier rounds they had some sort of inkling, right?
and even
Yeah.
impact score.
So they were only sight and aim in. If you are that restricted, the retake is easier for the other team, right? You have to take space either towards A shot or make some counterplay towards heaven. Nobody followed up on that fade ult. Right.
competing no
Yeah.
from Pith.
1-6 nahi tha, 0-7. Yeah, it was
Themselves
0-7
for the
guys.
first time
Nice
an
retake.
eco round on this half.
No, but ONIC enabled that
Great
retake.
here
It was
if
ONIC's
you're
fault,
ONIC, especially
sort
knowing
of.
that you got the plant down. Yes, you were down a member, but you felt like you had a good setup, and it was chaotic enough that maybe you would have
Ooh.
snubbed the round away. Not the case. And so Bleed now feeling comfortable.
Elmimore playing like Forsaken. See the trap that I showed Shinsei, you know? Like, go ahead, put the trap, and then just fall back.
Because the rest of his teammates are actually going to A. You don't really
Severin
go
was-
from pizza to A
but he
unless
died
one
first.
slice
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
defender spawn, but he's just
Like,
doing
not
that.
enough to
Bleed are
be
just
short.
sitting
Like,
there, they're
you
just
had to
playing
follow
it
up on that
safe
fade
because they
ult.
know that ONIC can win thrifties.
Oh,
And the
okay.
KO out
Moving
also.
on over
Yeah.
early- oh, sorry.
Because
Maxi
he
moving
just
on
went
over
out of the
early.
radius and then popped his.
Yes.
Taken down. Slasher almost gets two, only gets one. Maxi gets revived. Darian still alive. Hiding a little
Darion,
bit
nice
longer.
play, Darion.
Burst, will he be able to find Darian? He guesses
Oh.
that Darian shift to the other side, and one jet meets another jet. Jet brains don't
Okay,
try to
Maxi, let's
dissect
go.
them 'cause they understand
Time for
each
some
other.
Maxi magic.
Now it's Elmimore holding the corner. Will he
Let's
be
go,
able to
Lenny.
win? Lenny with the
Let's
advantage.
go, Maxi.
Gets another one. He now knows both of them are in hell. Here comes the nightfall. Will he be able to do enough damage, Lenny?
Let's go.
Sprays on
Let's
Let's
go.
go.
Let's go.
2v4 retake by Bleed. We've been waiting for one of these rounds, Key, and it's Bleed with the
But what is that
decisive
much
comeback.
special with Sage on this map? I will never understand how it all works. Electric Sage allows you to deny space and take space as well. Especially on this map on Ascent, let's say if you wall here, you can allow your rotation to come in on defense. You can prevent them from going CT or going stairs. So they will only go lane. They can only go lane.
That's what we've been waiting for.
Right. So
Especially
you can
for
condition
this
them
Bleed
for,
squad. You
to
had
just
the
go lane or take this
super
control.
hero
Right.
play
Similarly,
again by
you
Red
can
Line.
on attack you can go wall mid. You can have gimmicks like walling here and peeking. You can also have gimmicks like walling here and then going lane.
And punishing ONIC mistakes. But this time it was Bleed pulling something out of nothing.
And much more.
Those are the
Many more
moments that you
things.
can build upon.
You can smoke here, wall here, and you can peek on top of the smoke.
I thought it was gonna go for that elbow.
Yeah. You know,
Who was
sometimes the
so
funny
bro?
part
Lenny
is
Impact.
Randall
Lenny
pops up,
and Maxi
it
are
creates
the
a
real
little bit of
heroes,
space
man.
there,
He
and
dodged that.
Elmimore, thank goodness he skipped arms.
Bleed not giving ONIC time to take more
Gym the other
space.
day
Yep.
Because his triceps weren't big enough to
Chambers
get
Yeah.
is pretty.
बहुत
He's
कुछ
a
है.
slender man.
He's slender, yeah, for sure. And Elmimore definitely feels like Slenderman with what he did to Bleed on that defensive side. But right now it's Bleed that's finding their momentum, that's finding their stride. They know that they can win the retakes. You know, we can't play defense, we'll play
Nice.
retakes. It's like attack on defense.
All right, Lenny almost getting some Odin shots through the wall. Moniette finds a space on in because most members aren't on the site. Redlight gets taken down. 5v4 here for ONIC, but Lenny pushes
Wow.
on. Oh, it's Pith putting on through. Gets one. And Lenny on the
Nice.
site
Holy
gets two
fuck,
with the
Lenny.
Odin. Long distance, it's Odin versus Odin. Whose god will be answered? And Shiro says, all right, no more Odin. Let's go back to the Vandal. Unfortunately, his doesn't light up right now. See if it comes back. Here's Maxi just peeking around. Shiro will be able to pick up the spike. Oh, it catches Lenny on the time.
What?
Oh, what the fuck?
Why?
And Shiro in the 1v1. Will Maxi be able to win this one? We seem to be able to do it.
Let's go,
Oh,
Maxi.
let's go. Good save.
Bleed on 11.
It's so close. Every round.
What the
is
fuck
so
is that
close. It
peek
could've gone either
through the
way.
net? Yeah.
Are just
See, these are
edging
things
out
the
on
opponent
their
doesn't
own
expect.
spikes. They're just edging
Oh, I
out.
threw the net there. Nobody will
Retakes
come
and
from there.
executions, just small
These are the risks you have to take.
ONIC are forced to use their last time
Yeah,
out.
many players are there. Thank you.
Rightfully so.
इसकी वजह से कोई मरा नहीं spam
Again,
में.
they played
Box पे
that
spam किया
so
लेने. Yep.
You figured, wow, we got our opening pick. We're on the site.
Only पे तो what the
Everything
fuck is
should
that
be
peek?
good, but then Pith slides on through. Maxi's dark cover near spawn, and oh,
Look at the
let's-
hand.
Yeah, one more
The
time.
hand came out.
The hand came out, and then you see, oh, Chamber right there. Let's see. Oh, come on.
Chambers.
Oh my god.
What the
She's
fuck?
Changing gun, I think.
I shot in between his hands.
Yeah.
Just,
Oh my
just
god.
really changed there. I didn't even go
Big
through
hole
the
by
spot
Lenny,
between
though.
his elbow
Yeah,
and his
bro,
body.
it
I'm not
works,
sure,
it works
but
very well.
man, that's
No,
it.
timing पकड़ने
That's
इसको
really
नहीं
some
बोलते पहले.
good
This is not
hit.
timing. This is
Oh boy.
not even timing. This is actually conditioning because they are conditioned to not look there. It's like a wall, right? So it's like
Pay your tax.
earlier जो Viper wall या Omen smokes में होता था कि the smoke है, चलो we'll assume that nobody will peek through the smoke, and then people started pushing through the smokes. Even before
Holy moly.
even before Valorant in CS:GO, there was a time when if there was a smoke somewhere, people used to sort of assume that normally nahi jayega udhar. Many people will think.
Or Lenny peeking the wrong way at the wrong time.
Shiro found
नहीं risk reward देख के नहीं.
it was possible for him, but again, Maxi being
तू
able
बोल रहा वो
to
सही है, but
find-
इधर कुछ
Oh,
और.
it's gonna be a fast
What?
one. More again with the headhunter
Ah,
fighting
man.
Carrion.
This
Yet
guy is
again,
in
but
real.
Maxi is gonna be there for the trade. Lenny with the Odin finds one. LB Moore with the headhunter. Yet again another kill, but Lenny is
What?
gonna be spraying with that Odin as Pith finds a headshot onto Monyet. And what just happened in this round? They just pushed forward, and it's a massacre on B lobby.
Yeah, and I think if you're Bleed and ONIC, you now know if ONIC call a timeout, be ready for a change of pace. They've done this almost every time here, as Severine has a little bit of a view of the Odin. I don't
Lenny
think
बोलते
Lenny
थे
knows.
यार.
And again, Lenny is
sorry,
one
sorry,
shot away
sorry,
from
sorry.
dying and does get it, but it was costly, down to 49 HP as Pith and Retla will be here for the retake. Retla still has to rotate all the way on over from A. Oh, Pith decides to try and take it early here.
Going for the flash,
Yeah.
trying to go for these kills, but with the Spectre, can't really find anything at range. He's gonna want to
They
take
play
it
very
on his
spread
own
out though, the
to
mid round.
take this
Yeah.
close. He still has another flash.
I think they
Let's
should
go
just
and
group
use
up.
the flash.
Even if they gamble wrong, they can just retake together. The retake is pretty good.
Oh my god.
Ayo.
Oh, with the Spectre as well against the Vandal, against the
ONIC is tired, tilted and everything.
ONIC does it again. They take the pause, they rush you, and even though it blows up in his face, it creates enough
So
chaos.
that.
I don't know how you could draw this up better as a defense for Bleed, but sometimes you just need those hero plays.
It's the hero plays that are keeping them in the
Oh
game.
my god, with the
They
Spectre.
thought they were going to match point. They thought they had that in their bag. They knew he was low. They wanted to rush him. They wanted to go for that 2v1. But the flash into the fragment left them with no options because it was so perfectly read and played by Severine.
Yeah, and this time, look at ONIC. They decide to sit on back. and
Yeah,
they
that was
expect
so.
something
That was
aggressive
very
from
well
Bleed,
played by Severine.
but
Honestly,
they
that was
expected
very
it
well played by
from A.
Severine.
Instead, you got a couple of peaks at B.
Sometimes you have to just
It seems-
appreciate
so now the numbers
when someone
are
else
on
plays
A.
well.
You have
High
one
SMP
beacon
energy.
short by tree, one up close to A main, and then the rest sitting on site as Elmi Moore takes
हाँ, सोच सकते हैं ऐसा ना, but you're correct. But the thing is, in that situation, when you have an advantage, it's better to not use utils in a 2v1, 3v1 situation and just use your body. The thing is, Severine just played very well, played it perfectly, you know.
50 seconds
So
left on
that's
the
what
clock.
Bhalo to, he has
All the time
hyperguard.
to rotate, so if you're gonna do it, do it now.
Do it now. If they do
Yeah.
it, it's going to be a 5v1 if they're all going to be because it's just down to one man. It's just Lenny. That's
Oh,
why
look at Lenny's
this
position.
B lobby. Right now, there's 4 members of Bleed on A. They're not going to find anyone. So this is yet another game.
Now the rotation
they
should
just
come.
might lose.
A huge
Yeah.
gamble, and there comes
Oh,
the
Beautiful,
ONIC G.
Maxi.
There goes one. There goes
Nice.
two. Guarding the mid. Rotated now, Lenny. Oh no, Lenny!
But Maxi, he finds 3.
Oh my god,
Holy fuck,
Maxi.
ace.
All headshots. Can you find Elmi Moore as well? That could be his ace.
Oh my god, Rella.
Using also don't know.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a safe position. मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ, you're correct. पर उनका लॉजिक के हिसाब से वो सही खेल रहे थे उस समय. Maxi aim lag
Also just
by.
a big hug to close that round.
Oh.
The
Maxi
chaos
Big
like-
out, man, Lenny.
Yeah.
creating has been so fun to watch, but this time
That ult man, Lenny. That, oh my
Yeah.
god.
off, and Maxi was there ready to go, picks up 4 at 5 HP.
And see, this is what I talked about ONIC not doing, right? The fade ult, Maxi is there to capitalize on it, right?
That would have been an
Yeah.
emphatic
But with their
play.
fade ult or KO ult, nobody was there to capitalize.
And it
Yeah,
is
they just use it as an info.
Yeah, that is bad.
Another recon.
to try and
Yeah.
scrap together whatever they can. Nice ult coming on in as Elmi Moore takes the site. You have a couple ideas. Yeah, he knows 2 are inside Boathouse right now, waiting for the rest of the team. Elmi Moore picks up 1, and Retla.
Beautiful,
picks up
Retla.
2. So the value's there, but it leads us to a 2v2 with
Sure, Retla. They can't read bleed now, yeah.
On the side of Bleed, they have the positions as well.
I think they know there's someone beaming.
He gets flashed.
Oh,
Maxi looks away. He checked the corner, but he actually looked away. It's gonna be down to Pith. 1v2 for him. He knows where one of them is. He knows the other one is on site. He's isolated this 1v2. He's gonna have to find the first kill first though, and he's not finding it. They're dancing around. The haunt gets used. He gets shut down by
Oh.
Severine.
Oh my gosh. Maxi taking the quote, wait till you
Half
see
check the
the light in their
corner.
eyes.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? There's no eyes on KOs. We waited a little bit. Are those white? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
blind.
half
That's
cleared, yeah.
basically what happened by Maxi. I was there. That's what I'm assuming the conversation was like. Let's see it one more time. The rush catching Darian out. And that
Soft
was-
clear bolte hain usko.
He actually looked at him. He stared him down. I think those small mistakes could cost you.
Man.
We've seen him struggle in closing rounds.
Retla played it so well though.
Match
Like
point.
that 2K brought us back in the game.
It's getting pretty dicey.
And
Yeah.
we knew there was B-main. Like we played it correctly.
They struggle with getting
Fifth
to
is
match
from
point,
EU,
but
right?
they
Fifth and
can
Maxi are
point
from
the fact
EU.
that they're getting to match
good
point
class
so
member.
many different times. They've had the lead. They've been the better team. But now it's that clutch factor. As we head on into
Yeah, Brenda by
round
Maxi, though.
23. It's a weird buy. Everyone has a gun except
Ulgaria
money,
also from
and they
yeah.
will have money for next round regardless. And obviously ONIC need to get the win. Elmi Moore uses the tour de force up mid. It does tap Lenny.
Okay, but they don't know Darian is up close.
Did not get the kill, and Darian goes unseen up mid.
Yeah, unseen.
Nice read from Bleed.
Most of Bleed are getting the right call.
Come on,
They
boys,
know
let's
it's going to
finish.
be an A
Yes.
play, so they've already
I think this round we
decided
finish it
might
because
be
we have a good
round
lead
for
here.
them if they can find
Yeah, and we are not playing retake.
Yeah.
Perfect fragment there, and great job observers catching that one.
Nice shot. Nice. Ah, yeah, it's over. Nice.
Blade just wiped the floor with ONIC.
Told you guys.
Maxi
Maxim Peth have been consistent as well.
joining forces to get round 13.
See, if you don't give up sides, we can, and with such a good read that they had good call, whoever made the call that we should stack A mid round. Beautiful call.
and it's all over. And it
Just an observation.
they
The
just
casters are
got
good.
the
Yeah,
lead.
the casters are
It
very
was
good.
going to be an execute. They were
Indian
creeping up
offensive
slowly, and they
position, yep.
all
Lead
just
better.
disappeared. That was a magic trick. And
Who's
we
ideal for
win
Bleed?
the
Maxi.
series 1-0.
Oh boy, what a game we've had
Oh.
so far again.
But this should have ended much earlier, right?
Map
Yeah.
they've had to play today.
Told you 39 more Bleed. Sure, yeah, nice.
And it looked like it was
But okay, I think it's to learn from both sides also.
Yeah.
From both teams.
They buckled down, but it was not enough as the clutch moments hang on the side.
I think we now go to Icebox.
Break down this map, set us up for map number 2 of our lower
Yeah,
bracket finals.
I think
after
this should be a 2-0. Oh man. Oh, tense matchup, man, tense. Maxi's reads are very good. Yeah, man. Maxi is a good, very good idea. He's, I think, so one of the best players in our region right now, easily. He's just very underrated. But now, yeah, the two questions that was there. First of all, about Omen, why I think Omen is great. First of all, Omen is very good for individual play, making individual plays and giving that player more freedom compared to an Astra. And also, the second part about an Astra is Astra has to be very static at times. And with the reduced stars, you can't pre-place all of the stars. Now you have 4 stars, you can't pre-place as well because the cooldown timer has increased so much. The punish is very big if you take it back. If you take the stars back. Then for Omen, what I love especially about Omen is the number of one-ways you can do. You can always, number of one-ways, like there are innumerable one-ways that you can do. And then in terms of like other things, let's leave the smoke out. Astra's pull and stunts are things that depend, like teams become over reliant on, teams over depend. If you remember how Haven started happening, every team was over reliant on that A take or that early A control with Astra, and like that, once that happens, like it's very difficult, you know, to come out of that system. So I don't want to be over reliant on systems like that. And then with Omen, you have TPs. You can condition you can condition the other team with your TPs so much, and you can also close up space between your teammates well. You can make individual plays. You can escape. You have an escape route. right? Or you can become a lurker, right? You can become a pseudo lurker very well with Omen, or with Astra. It's more difficult, I would say, compared to an Omen. And then Omen's ult is, I think, so better than Astra's ult, simply because Omen's ult allows you to condition again the team much more. Astra's ult, now the influence has waned because now people know how to counter the Astra ult. With Omen's ult, there's nothing to counter because of such a huge gulf that it creates in terms of space. It can change the round in just a fraction of a second. People see players like Sugar Zero, Astra, and Ascent, which makes them think Astra better than Omen. Yeah. So the thing is, an agent can be generally better than the other agent on a certain map, logically, but there are some players who make it seem like the some other agent is just so powerful, right? Like if you remember for the most time, Shot Up was a Phoenix main. Drone was a Phoenix main. These two absolutely kept Phoenix in the meta longer than it was supposed to be. Omen one way, main, B main, A shot. Yes, lots of places. Omen is Astra is more limiting, you know, both individually and team play wise. Astra is more limiting on Ascent compared to Omen. IMT shot up, yes, IMT shot up.
Yeah, said beautifully, honestly.
Sick on Phoenix was fire as well. Yeah, Sick on Phoenix was fire as well. If you have a chamber in the team, Astra is better though. Depends, man. Yep.
They really pace themselves strangely.
I'm just talking about agents vis-a-vis, not with the 4 other players. If you talk like that, then Brimstone is also more viable in certain cases.
A lot of casters say this, you stem the bleeding, and that's what basically happened. Bleed 7 rounds in a row at the start of the first half, and then all it took was 1 round from
Whose map pick was this?
and all of a sudden,
I think this was ONIC.
for the rest of the half.
Yeah.
Now it's Icebox, I
When we
think.
talk about that, I mean, one thing that we know is that both teams are momentum.
When will be the final? Raghava, tomorrow, the final. If we go on Phoenix will also fire.
Yeah, bringing the stage definitely turn things on its head. But actually, the players I want to highlight is Pith's KO and Lenny's Fade. Both of them were so...
Again, no talk of Maxi.
Particularly Pith, who even when he
I'm getting
wasn't
pissed,
killing,
man.
he was setting up kills. He played so well, especially when it came to those retakes where he was holding onto flash drives.
What do you rather have, Sick on Sky or Sick on Astra? Definitely Sick on Sky. Phoenix, Amaterasu.
Yeah, I mean, Degon was kind of talking about it for like 1 or 2 rounds when you can see he's just setting up for it. He's waiting for the perfect
I think
moment.
ONIC
And I
did
think
well
that's
in
why Bleed
recovering,
were
right?
that many rounds
From
in the
7-0.
first half. Of
But I
course, when
think
it
they
comes
should
to
have
that
adapted
moment,
it
I think
much
some of
earlier,
these
right?
MVPs,
Right.
Maxi
Not
and
giving up sight and
and
fighting.
it's partly
Like,
due
I think
back
so.
to some of the
The
support
timeout
players.
was when?
That's
4-0?
why
At 4-0, right?
was that
We
one
talked
round
about it
where
at 4-0
Degon
itself, that
was
I think they
D4.
should
The whole time they were
fight
just waiting. Lenny
instead of like going
perfectly
back.
called the best read in the world, and then Maxi just capitalized on it, pushing out onto
And then
catwalk,
second half, it was a brawl.
4K.
I think one of the craziest things that we can see from Maxi is just how accurate those shots were.
I know.
And he is also very aggressive. Of course,
Finally,
ONIC is
Maxi
another
being
team
talked
that will
about.
without
5-0,
fight.
yeah.
But I think if I could highlight one player from ONIC, it has to be NC/.
Only because of the KD though.
Yeah, only because he's the
Yeah,
MVP.
if
Yeah.
he at the bottom, I don't think they will.
Yeah.
However, it was
Eventually.
and I think one of the biggest things
I mean, literally, they talk about Darion. They talk about Pith. Again, right now, they talked about Retla. They talk about Lenny. They talked about Lenny. Never talk about Maxi. Right now, they talk because he's the MVP.
And for me, that's
So, Bleed or ONIC from lower bracket, who's from upper, boom.
for ONIC, you had Elmimore and Severine, of course. The wombo combo in the game against Secret. The fact that they're still
Bura
performing
lagta hai Maxi
despite
ke liye.
having played so many
Yeah.
games in a row now.
I mean, he
just means
obviously
that
wouldn't
there is
care
very much a
because
world where this goes
he's
together.
there to win,
There's very
but
much a world where we see
it's
it.
just sort of
Yeah,
like
it's
it
quite
feels
like
bad
what
because
talking
I think he's
about.
underappreciated by
Slasher, that
the
one
fans
round,
and
the
people.
cosmic divide, and the 3 players hiding on the other side.
Yep.
So overwhelming. And
Dumin, how do you feel since you're also like
it's kind of 50-50, and only one player
a support
I guess,
player,
is
right?
coming out from ONIC, who stood at the end. Severin might have been one
How
of the
do you
better
feel?
players. But
What,
at the
they're
same
not talking
time,
about
I mean,
Maxi?
Like,
No,
real
so
talk,
how-
right? We all
imagine
get
you
struck, we
in
all
Maxi's
get those
place, like,
feelings
when
sometimes.
you play as well, right?
When they start to
Yeah.
fight again,
It's
like
mostly
one of
about,
those
since you're a
rounds where
support player, it's
Darren
mostly
suddenly
always
snaps
about
into one head.
the team
Perfect
winning or
one-two
certain
storm.
players
We
doing
can see
well
they
and
start to
never
get
about
going
the
again.
support players,
So
right?
I agree.
Mhm.
This could go all
So
three
how do
maps,
you feel? Do you
but
feel
I also think
anything,
that
or do you are you like, we won, I don't care?
steamroll the entire
I mean,
for, you know, even in grand finals.
if it was me,
Done with Ascent. We're gonna go over to
as long as the team, you know, as long as the team and like the
for this particular
peop-
map. And
I saw like
they are
the
picked.
people around you
Onyx
also
has
lah.
been
If
performing
like
well. So let's
they
talk a little bit about Onyx first. What do you think
see your
about Onyx's
value,
performance
Yeah.
if they see your value and
I think so
you know
as,
they give you
Alvin or
props,
Severin
then
Yeah.
I think it's okay lah. It doesn't matter like what other people think lah. Or like
Nice. So it's
whether Twitch chat says you're bad or whatever.
yeah.
Because I mean, as a player, you know the value that they are bringing to the team. What?
On the play
Yeah.
style of both teams. I think for ONIC,
So
Hang on,
it's
wait.
5 rounds,
Yeah.
they do so convincingly, they're going to be very, very hard to stop.
It's
That's your prediction.
No, the prediction.
And mine
yeah,
too.
yeah. I think actually my prediction is I think we see a
what
third
will you
map
give you
actually.
props? Don't worry,
So
Domin.
it's
You don't need
perfect
validation
third
from
map.
others.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's,
No, but
it's kinda
obviously
similar
it
how they
mentally
eventually
does
get
affect a lot of
forward.
people.
They'll
But
definitely
yeah, with
go for
Doomin,
that
it's not the
very
case. I just wanted to ask him
kind
because
of approach to the game.
with
I think we
Doomin is
expect
like
to see Severine
his
hunt
teammates
up
know his
and
value,
probably on
and
the
in our team,
side.
like everybody
You know what that
gets
means. A
the
lot of
same
those lineups are
value.
gonna
A lot of
come in.
death.
I'm
Yeah.
curious as to why you don't think it'll be Elmi more on the Viper.
Ooh, that's a good question. I think he's gonna stick to chamber.
Yeah,
now.
true.
He's
Tanmay.
done quite well on the chamber at the
Yeah.
moment.
Oh, might as well. But that is the question I do want to ask the casters here. Do you think that Bleed will be able to take this map off Onyx's hands, or will we go to straight up to map number 3?
Tash, as much as I want to answer that, you know casters can't be biased while they go in. There's no bias here. We need to make sure we cast it straight up for our Singaporean fans, our Malaysian fans, and our Indonesian fans. Otherwise, we'll draw the ire of maybe some angry fans from someone.
but as well, you don't want to you don't want to curse the series.
That
That's
too,
the thing.
that
like,
too. Because
I would say like
good.
Yeah,
as
it's
a
been great.
as a duelist
It
player,
looked
you know,
it was
like
very one-sided, and it looked like
Yeah.
entry fragger or duelist player is easier
Bleed just
to
found a way to win against
be
Onyx.
seen, I
It was
guess.
still pretty close.
Hmm.
13
Yeah,
to 10,
but I
think
feel like
it was
every
a good
role
effort from
maybe
Onyx,
and
but that
probably
was
every agent
their
have
map pick.
has
This
its
time
own
around,
like
Iceberg,
nuances.
this is
Yeah.
Bleed's map pick, and
Yeah,
we saw
so
how they decimated
it's
teams
okay. I
like
mean,
Onyx.
not everyone will call it out, or not everyone will understand. But it's about the value of. But I get like some people, you know, they will feel dejected, you know.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's easy to get dejected, but
But it's
depends.
okay as long as your teammates value you and
Yeah.
your coach or your owner, your manager, they value you.
Yeah, I
You
feel
don't
like that's
care.
the most important. Yeah, that's the most
Elmi
important.
Moore
Hey,
and Severine.
hey, they swapped. Tash is right. I mean, we've seen them swap roles before. I think it's whoever feels like they're getting the shots, and that's the beauty about being able to flex agents. Severine, of course, we saw his clutch.
Yeah, Tanay is talking about
He was
himself.
really able to pull off, but these teams really
When
have
you're
multiple
doing
players that can flex.
duo with Doomin,
Is the same
I
thing.
mean,
they can also flex quite a bit.
as soon as
And
these
it's
matches
a
end, tomorrow or a day after tomorrow maybe,
Sentinel lineup.
after
Yep.
school ends.
On the Killjoy, Revla on the Sage.
Yeah, Killjoy does get value using the lockdown to clear out one of the sites to at least get the plant down. But
No, on
again,
Icebox,
it's
Elmi Moore plays Viper. I don't know what they're saying.
more of the composition that we've seen from ONIC here for most squads as we kick things off. Bleed on match point. Again, a date with BOOM Esports in the grand finals
Oh
tomorrow
crap, we started already.
for our
Yeah.
victor. As it is an A play to kick things off, and it's a big gamble by ONIC.
Okay, ONIC.
4 members up
What?
there. Pith has
They
a
left
pretty
A.
good idea. As
Yeah, but
Severine
Bleed don't know
took
that.
down
If they knew
Bleed
that,
Karma,
Yeah,
ends the
obviously.
chapter. But on to the site we go. There's the lineup by Maxi, and now they realize, oh, no one's here.
you know, I like this wall.
No one's on A at all, and like you mentioned, they love the A side. They love the executes on that. The
What do you
shotgun
like
is
about
like
it?
Redla. Pretty
Because
low
it covers, it gives you,
gets a headshot there on
it
the
gives
area,
you
but
a way to, you know, take
Lenny is going to
heaven
be
control as
there.
well with that wall.
As well, finds the
If you
headshot.
turn
it
Maxi
on.
Slasher Monyet is forced to back
So I
out
like
of
that.
this. There's still Darian
But I don't
on
really
the
like the
side.
slanted wall, you know,
They're
that some
split
teams
up.
are doing.
Hmm.
Not really pushing together.
Like they cut elbow into half.
Darian down.
Oh, yeah.
This could be dangerous for
That
is
them.
not good.
They don't have control over the spike. Monyet gets taken down. But the snake bite and the nano swarms are stopping ONIC from doing anything at all as Maxi finds a kill onto Elmior and Pith cleans things up. Bleed. Such a great post plan from them.
Yeah, it was a little nervy there.
ONIC wins Icebox 13-8.
A lot of the time you'll see
Wow,
the snake
Pratik.
might come from
बस कंफर्म करना है पिच साइफर तो नहीं खेल रहा है. Oh my god.
Normally built around there.
Darren Bhai about to
the case here
drop
is
30 on chamber. Let's go.
doing it with a gun. That one works out, and Pith, that's the power of having the killjoy there with the nano swarm, slowing things down and making it difficult. A nice drop down attempt.
Wow, they're playing 3
by
Sentinels.
ONIC.
Yeah.
The play
I mean,
does
Chamber is a
not
duelist,
complete
right?
as they
Yeah, I
did
mean, yeah,
in the
but
last several
on defense
rounds.
side, I
Got
guess.
themselves the pistol.
And they're buying up rifles again. We've seen that happen in the previous map. Same thing here. Buying 3 rifles to make it super dangerous on that 3rd round.
I don't think if Bleed picks
They
them,
want to play this cleanly. They want to escape.
mostly the
this
Bleed will
rifles
win.
as they
Let's go.
can After winning this round.
Yeah, pretty interesting. A lot of the time you'll see a chamber just stick with the headhunter. That's good enough, but Darian's like, nah, I'll buy up the Vandal too. I trust myself, I trust my gun. As they move on forward, as Pith trying to, or excuse me, Maxi trying to gain some information on how the B setup was. He sees a Severine there who takes 1 shot, and then we'll walk back, and the A execute seems to be the play here with 52 seconds. Monyet next to it and loses the battle. Retla wins, gets the headshot, heals on up, and now the push is on Elmi. More forced to back on off.
Yeah.
Shiro
Let's
goes
go Bleed. Yeah, I don't think
left with
Bleed is going to
26
lose this
HP,
map.
and Bleed take
Yeah.
control of A.
But yeah, I think we are more structured than ONIC on this map. And I think on Icebox, structure will win. It's so stressful. No, playing such intense series against Secret and playing Bleed. If ONIC wins this, they are gods. Yeah, definitely Shubhandra.
Definitely.
But
and
I can see this map, they are moving, Bleed is moving a lot tighter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
We are
they're
more
moving
disciplined, more structured here.
Rifle firepower there, and rarely do we see it come off flawless.
I think our Icebox has become one of our strongest maps, right? Because of this.
And I don't think it's
Yeah.
a detractor to say
Even against Team Secret, if you saw. Right.
I didn't really see.
Oh,
I mean, like, cause the highlights don't really show. They only
Yeah.
mostly show the frags,
yeah.
but they didn't show like the micro decision making.
Can we able to jinx किया था God के लिए तो wow.
It's just another round for them. And I think that's a
I don't jinx, man. I support.
many teams coming
It's
to the third
BO3 or
round.
BO5. It's BO3 Sheriff
That's
Spray
4
God.
rifles on it. It's not all vandals for sure, but Shiro
Wow, wow, good repositioning, man.
Yeah, man, that's good positioning.
Quick kills for him as Bleed are just very, very disadvantaged now.
Oh man, I gotta wonder. Like, Darian heard the smoke, and then
I think it was the Viper smoke because when
Yeah.
Shiro went to recon, he saw the smoke coming from B.
Yeah.
For Shiro
Yeah.
to line up, and he gets all 3, knowing that hey, there's a
That is
score
very
here that I
quick
hear
thinking,
at
right?
least 2
Like,
pairs of
very
Yeah.
good.
and he picks it up, and now the round.
See, even this.
Onyx
See?
favor, and oh, what a great arrow landing on Delaney. Does
Nico
get
with the
taken
throw.
out, and now
Hi, Hardik.
Moore knows there's multiple here. Gets the head. And now it's just Lenny left alive. That was the one that got spotted. And around the corner, it's a double peek. And he has no shot against Monyet. Hero play by Shiro.
Bleed wanted more from that bonus round. Like I mentioned, they don't really treat it like a bonus. They wanted to win. But swinging from that smoke, I think just the timing of them swinging and not
Wow,
being able to
Tanay.
find Shiro at the right time.
Thank you for that
just
information.
absolutely destroyed him. Shiro held that shot down. He just got 3 in a row. They just lined up for him. Look at that. Let the bodies hit the floor because they're all just dead.
Oh, my goodness. This is what we wanted to see. No runaways here. Again, it was 7 in a row for Bleed in the last map. And then, what, 6 in a row for ONIC. Here's just 2 in a row. Now we'll see what ONIC is able to build. But as you
EMEA
said,
ascent
a
for me.
quote-unquote bonus round for Bleed as they were able to hold on to the rifles with a flawless victory in round number 2. So we've got
Okay, Monia's position is good. Yeah, nice trade, Retla. Retla is so
Yeah.
good with trades, especially on
Yeah.
Icebox, you know.
Forced to back on off.
Like his
Yeah.
positioning is so good.
Now belong in control of Bleed. What will they do
Okay,
when they
Tanya.
hear
Or why? Hi, Floki.
as they eye yellow? Clear yellow in just a second. Yeah, they'll clear yellow and realize, okay, this is ours. A lot of respect being given by ONIC. But right now, Severine's still holding mid.
Oh, look at that. Shiro is sending out the shock darts. That's some lineups going on. The
Hey, this
recon,
the
find some. Okay, it's a shock dart for the plan,
Yeah.
but Bleed.
It's okay, we haven't planned.
Happen. So once they put up the wall, they actually backed out. Now they still have the choice whether
That
to
shock
rotate,
dart
but
has
they
nothing on you though.
They just want to
Your
stay
shock dart better.
Probably can make the rotate with about
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
They will never see it coming, eh?
Yeah.
My shock dart.
Resurrection available, but they decided
Found it so funny. Tyler was saying,
Lenny
I left my
Yeah.
mouse keyboard to see where it was going.
Shiro is the last one left alive.
Let's go, Darion.
Shot.
Been waiting for that one to
Fake
happen.
bolt the
This
moment.
map, 3-1 to bleed.
They're playing really well, not rushing.
Yeah.
40 seconds more than enough time before mistakes.
Were pretty much one taps. They didn't even have a chance to shoot back at Darion, and I think
Let's
this
go,
is
Darion. Yeah, man. Darion is so good with
is just
chamber.
a beast. Okay, it wasn't exactly a one tap. He finds the headshot, but when you're seeing from the other angle, oh, pretty clean headshot from Darion. He's really finding the angles, really holding it down for the team, and great calculated play from Bleed. I think that's one thing I want to point out, that other teams were not doing very well in this tournament. They kept
Good shot dart.
The hell?
Good
I
read
learned
there.
that, man.
Sorry, I was distracted by demon sounding sage. You will not kill my allies as Severine has to use the rendezvous to back on up. And now on this weird ego here, Severine is going to need to have a huge impact as Monyet, not able to find anything.
Is the spot on top of pipes considered
Finished off and now Bleed
exploit?
looking
No, it's legal for a
the
woman.
round they're supposed to win.
Oh.
This is what has made Bleed more successful.
No, do this as a
than
woman.
any
You're
other
finally
team
free
in
from my
this
mess. Let's
tournament.
go
It's
for
winning
it,
the rounds
Shay.
they're supposed to win. They lose the gun rounds, but they'll win the rounds where it's gun versus eco.
Yeah, they've been very clean and disciplined. I think that's the biggest difference. Why they don't really lose thrifties that often.
Oh, Severin is in trouble.
Previous map, but Darion finds the first kill. Elmi more.
Okay,
with
Severin
the
is
headshot.
trouble.
Shiro finds one on his own as well, and a tour de force from Severin is gonna find two.
I think he wasn't in trouble because he just need to hit one, you know. Then it
Yeah.
stops the push completely already.
But I was like, he was in trouble because his teammates will die, right?
Takes a
Like,
couple shots,
Mm.
they know where
so he'll
he's
get
at.
isolated. But
Fakes the
Shiro
smoke.
came in time, right?
Will start the full
Yeah.
one now. Shiro still holding the corner and down
We're
again.
gonna
Lenny
check
wins this.
Icebox again.
Now they know where Shiro is. Lenny shoots a shock dart, gets a decent amount of damage from it. Lenny down to 32,
Oi.
looking the wrong
No.
way. Timing. He does have his back.
He knows.
Severine
Oh, nice
answers
try, man.
the call.
Man.
It's 3 for Severine. And forget what your casters say. I don't know anything.
It's not specific to women. Yeah. You can do it with rays and all. Yeah, I know. That shock dart into kitchen is useless. Yeah. We're not talking about the kitchen shock dart. We're talking about the site planting shock dart.
You got this today. I'm giving you the chamber. Show us
Those
what
men.
you've got.
Yep.
The gun
No
barrel
siege
looking,
wall
I
on
was
top.
like, how did he fully know? The gun barrel was there. He was ready to shoot out the wall as soon as it moved. Nice little pickup. But again, I love this here. Not a game of streaks here on Icebox. It's too cold to let someone get all the wins, collect all the money, keep all the warmth here. So it's a nice little battle back by ONIC as now Bleed have they're full VOD up. They're full VOD up because their tour de force is underway.
Yeah, Darren's the one that's leading the charge this time. That Alvaro is going to spot Severine, who has an operator. Been really good with the tour de force the previous round. Now he's on that.
Yo, did you know?
level yet again.
What?
Trying to hold yellow. Bleed are still playing.
No,
this
someone
very
wrote in chat, yo, did you know? I'm like,
the
what?
operator, they know
I-
that it's going to be Severine holding that, but how are they going to deal with him?
That is the big question is we play slow from Bleed, as we've seen many
Nice.
times. It's ONIC that's willing to pull the trigger.
This is so good. They're making them wait, they're making them doubt themselves.
But here it's Bleed
Yeah.
sticking to their
And it's
strategy.
even better because
Discipline.
ONIC are not aggressing anywhere, right? In mid A, so they have no information.
Will play
Bleed can
Yeah.
be anywhere, right?
punish ONIC, who like to make the maps. Love saying that because
See, they're going for the
see
fake.
someone
They'll fake
aggressive,
A,
push up mid,
then
push
now
up
go
one of
fake
the
A.
sites, and then not have to worry about clearing all these other angles or worry about rotates. But right now, ONIC have been pretty disciplined throughout this whole first half.
Yeah, they don't really over-rotate as well. Right now, they almost
Let's
rotated
go,
the front.
Darion.
Yeah,
It's a
they
first
call
goal to
him.
Severine. That kill is huge because that operator is down and he can
Let's
reposition
go,
it.
Darion.
Finds yet another with a tour de force. If you can do it, I can do it too, Darion says.
All right, and so Darian
Okay, 3-man save.
really taking
Let's go.
control of this one for ONIC, and I think ONIC just immediate call. We're gonna save.
Yeah,
It's
that's
Yeah,
pretty
Dheeraj,
straightforward.
Dheeraj South Asia pride.
There
Yeah.
is no question about
Asian
it.
pays off. Yep.
I
Big
like the
print thing. Yeah.
decisive nature of it. I think
It's because ONIC are also so scared. They're not aggressing anywhere for information. So it's playing into Bleed's hand.
try to fight for it, but ONIC have a long game to play here because they've had a long day today. And if they're gonna beat Bleed, it's gonna be a long journey. So
Why is he saying long so
we'll
much?
save.
We saw this on the first
Right,
map. though.
been
ONIC
long for them though.
forced to
Yeah.
save.
You know, every time people say long like this, I remember that ad, long man.
They're always just respecting Bleed too much.
Isn't it tiring for ONIC? They just played an
Defensive
intense.
side,
Yeah, it's obviously tiring.
It's making aggressive rotation.
I think they should have been given more of a break, but
They
it's
push
better
it,
for
they
us,
got
right?
Information. They're not doing it this time around on Icebox. Bleed
Ooh.
playing so very slowly, so calculated, coming onto his side.
Okay, ONIC
And
timeout.
are not
Lumen,
ready
what
for
would
this.
you do here?
They're not getting information.
You're ONIC.
Mid,
Take
they
info,
don't really
obviously.
have,
Yeah.
they don't really have the recon information. They're just waiting. And Bleed,
And what?
they're taking
What
advantage
else?
of that.
What
Here we
more?
go. The classic
Because you only have 60 seconds to speak, right?
Uh-huh.
So what would you say more? Like, what else could you do?
Oh,
I think they should play double, like more
2-1-2.
close together. Yeah.
They're playing slow. Bleed's taking advantage of it. They keep inching forward and taking space, and then they get the opening pick.
I mean the 2-1-2 will be affected by the will be determined by the info that they gather.
Yeah. Long support, but long support. Wow. Domain is the IGL of Bleed Academy. Kiwi link has been pinned in the comment.
Oh, no. They're splitting back.
His link. Please go and follow him, guys.
I'm just watching the little icons, the portraits.
Hello.
Hello.
Thinking about it, in fact. But looks like it's going to be a.
But yeah, so if I had to tell them, I would say, you know, chamber, you walk down trap, you walk down a tube, okay? So he can take the entire mid control, he can cut off rotation, right? So they cannot pull off plays like that. Then you have playing 2-2, right?
Yeah, but even true.
Right? So you play Viper and Jet one side, and Sova and your Sage one side. Or you play Jet and Sage one side, and Viper Sova one side, right? So with Viper and Sova, what you can do is you can combine, right? With your smoke, your spit with shock dart, right?
Yeah.
And with Viper and with Sage and Jet, what you can do is simple. Like Sage can help with slows and heal and everything. Jet can keep taking fights, and then he can on B he can wall this if they're coming B, right?
Yeah.
So I'd go for that setup here.
Only has a headhunter to his name.
Darian. Woo! Trying to find Severine. The elbows are almost.
Lol, what is this?
Elbows, and there it is. No answer. And Darian shot from there before.
Oh.
Shot up by Monyet.
Nice, Maxi.
Nice play. And see Slasher at half.
Okay, this is our round.
There's the crossfire from distance. The Hunter's Fury coming in.
Darren got spotted by the
Yeah, but if I am ONIC, I'm telling them to do this setup. Very easy setup.
That's how he dies. But he's been having such a good game right now. He's 12
Chamber coming here.
on that chamber. Whenever they push
Watching
out, whenever he
this.
holds the angle, he's just leaving
Jet
no
and
room
Sage
for
here,
Mono to
Jet
come
here.
in. They just all died.
Sage sort of here and ready to do this wall if they come.
Had no choice. He had no chance.
And then you have Viper plus
Get away
Sova here
from that smoke.
with some wall and then this one way
Ways to get on that B side unchecked.
or this
Right
one
now, though, it seems like they're trying something else.
or even this one.
Early Hunter's Fury being shot
I
up
think
by
on B they're giving them too much
Yeah, that's
space
what.
on they keep giving yellow, they're relying too much on the chamber TP.
Yeah, that's what. That's why I told you now I'd play Jet and Sage B. So they can be aggressive and also Sage can help Jet heal and condition. And then if they come B, you can delay with Sage wall and all, right?
Tag Darion a bit
Yeah.
as
Not just our round our map.
have chosen to
Yes.
be again.
They're on hyperactive. They're on is so good with Chamber on Icebox.
He rendezvous out, but he's
On
so
Icebox.
low.
You see Chamber is Severin is always alone.
Yeah.
They're one man down.
If
The kill
if
ultimate is out.
if I were to call something I would say like
Make it competitive, but the
Chamber
Viper
can go
is
for early pick or like aggressive pick, but then send someone else with him. So cause they're expecting like
Yeah.
after he get the pick he TP away is clear.
Yeah.
Cause they haven't done it at all.
Which
they
is why
haven't double up at all with
Yeah,
Chamber.
which is why if I am like ONIC or if I'm Evoc, I tell, see Chamber, you have to play solo, right? So just go
Yeah.
play tubes. You cut off any rotation they can have, right?
Mhm.
So now we know that they can't go A to B. So whatever info we get on one side, we can just rotate towards that, right?
Yeah.
If we get info towards A, the B guys rotate towards A. If we get info towards B, the A guys rotate towards B. Because we have our man watching rotation from T base, right? There's no way they can rotate from A to B. That's why.
Yeah, it's a big round here for ONIC, and it's the man Elmi Moore who's had the most.
Arton will talk about it later. Right now it's ONIC versus Bleed. They try to push even together in for this round. Yeah, that's what they have to do. But they combined it with the Sova ult if you saw. So I mean it was a double effort.
Oh man.
I still think this setup is suboptimal. I still think the chamber tube setup is so good because right now they know how Bleed are playing. The Bleed are playing very defaultish, right? They're trying to condition
Yeah,
them.
they're making all their decisions.
Yeah. So by cutting off their rotations from T base, you will cut off half of their plays. You will cut off their effectiveness of the plays. And you will cut off their options as well. So I don't know.
They can just have Darion killing everyone at range, and he's so
See, right now they're
good at
getting
it.
mid so easily,
They're
so
into it a little bit.
cheaply.
It looks like they're trying something new this time around. They're finding another play in the playbook. It's not an
Even sometimes Viper Roll doesn't work for teams.
Going
Yeah,
to their
I
kitchen.
mean,
We haven't seen
again,
them
it's
try
a hit or
that
miss.
yet, but they want to keep on it guessing.
Oh, Severine is close though, and will be able to hear a couple of shots. Oh, and the wall goes up just in time.
Okay, Severin is not.
Darren catches Slasher sleeping. You snooze, you lose. And Darren
Severin decision making with the chamber is so bad.
dominate this lobby. Pit gets taken down by Severine, but Severine gets traded on out. Elmi Moore gets one. He's over by Yellow and takes down Darion.
Okay lah, they're tired lah.
Finally getting fight backs here. They have a
And
3-2 advantage. Maxi trying to shoot through the boxes.
for him totally also.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about this map specially, right?
Oh.
Only this one.
Doesn't see him. There's Shiro. Tried to get to Yellow, but Shiro says no. It is
I think right now, if you're Bleed, you go back to executes, right?
They finally found their
Yeah.
stride. They finally found a way to stop Bleed. Bleed tried.
Elmi Moore is built different, yep.
But it just didn't
First
work
time they
out for
tried to
Bleed,
backstab,
though.
yep.
Their economy is great. They can still buy this round. They making a few mistakes as ONIC have shuffled their defenses. They're starting to figure out this attack from Bleed.
Retna ne kya one tap mara?
Bleed.
Bye.
You think now they should go for a change of pace?
Yeah. They should go for an execute. Trust me. Go for a fast A execute. There's nothing like it, right?
Yeah.
They have Darion's ult as well.
7-5 lead for Bleed.
And if you give Retla the plant, you have Retla's ult as well, right?
ONIC are trying to answer that one back. So we get a shock bolt coming in, finds nothing, and Elmi Moore is just going to be so
Oh.
annoying.
They had to go fast.
Viper's
They
Pit taking up
waited so
much
long.
space here on A and Bleed. They can't commit anywhere. They haven't committed anywhere, but the map has
Nice, Retla.
as
The ult is down.
Bleed
Let's
has
go.
pushed up B and holding up for any retake.
Now Retla has his
Oh,
ult.
he spammed him.
Yeah. Now Retla has his ult.
The last time they used the Viper's Pit, it was for naught because Bleed actually went to B. It was a very preemptive.
Oh, all 5 spotted.
They detect everyone on Bleed, but Bleed are just not going to stop. They're going in.
Let's
Yes,
go,
okay.
Retla. What?
Finds a double kill. They line up for him.
Oh fuck, Rela died.
Okay, Severine is backstabbing. Not good for us.
Bleed have been slowed down.
Oh, this should be the giveaway that someone is coming from behind. There's no way Monia goes here, right?
Himself
Yeah.
Unless there's some backup coming. Yeah, nice.
was going to be with him, but now we know we've got 2 1v1s. Lenny takes a zipper up top. And this is a difficult spot to be in for Severine, but he answers. And now it's just Lenny left alive.
Oh, Lenny.
You love the double zipper. Monyet starts it, Cloudburst up. A little bit of panic by Lenny, does it again. Another Cloudburst. Dodges away from the recon bolt. Oh, does give away that he's there. And here
A
it
good
is.
change of
Start,
position.
But through the wall, 45 HP. Panic. And Monyet, he's gonna use the zipper yet again. Oh, and no one does
Oh.
yet. The right click.
Oh.
Beautiful Lenny.
Tag. It's out of
Oh
time.
fuck, so well played, man.
Beautiful Lenny. High in plate.
And too much zipper play.
Out of context, but TOE from China fell quite suddenly, yeah.
Lead. Go to 6.
The movement from
Nice.
He's dodging bullets left and right, man.
could just
Yeah,
not
man.
catch up to him. He could not find a kill. He
That
had
kill on
it.
Severin and then
Do
this.
the same thing on that
And
same
Lenny is
spot.
such a
Lenny
god,
was ready
man.
for that. He just had the timing. All the gambles paid off for Lenny, and he just got away. Moniette, 5 HP left. He had it half, but he just could not get Lenny off his back.
And again, none of that would have been possible without Moniette getting the lineup. So he gets the 3K. But take the
Okay, now we have
3K.
Lenny ult, Retla ult, right?
Lead. They will
If
do
this
Yeah.
is an easy, if you're okay, we are going for a B execute, this is an easy round for us.
Lenny starts things up towards
Oh, we
B,
didn't check
and it
Sage.
is a budget buy here for
Wait,
Onyx.
now I'm not
Grab
watching now.
whatever you
I
can and see what you
gotta
can
do
and
something.
he can do a lot.
Oh.
Shorty comes through yet again as it has all tournament long. And it's a numbers advantage now for Onyx, but again, not many guns. There it is.
Okay.
Severine answers, but there goes
Good
the
trade.
Force.
Okay, still in a burst.
Elmi
Oh,
Moore
fuck,
says,
okay,
"I
never
don't
mind.
need anything
This
else
Elmi Moore
other
is-
than the Sheriff," and it is another one.
Oh, the drone didn't check, man.
Side of the Onyx. Why
Slasher
did you
got two.
with Leeds
Now
just
both are gone. Yep.
to it here, King?
No.
It's the shorty, the power of the shorty. The thing is,
No, Lenny still has his
the
ult.
shorty
Lenny
in
Retla
that
have the ult.
was one shot, one
I
kill.
think this
Not
round we
really
just
two.
go for the
They
ult.
found a way to
They
really get up close and personal, found their heads, really
Wings Scorpion easy round also.
stuck it to bleed.
Sahi
And
baat
because of
hai.
that, they just fell apart. And then the sheriffs just
Both
sealed
teams are
the
AS
kill,
half each
finding
other.
those headshots, finding the 2 headshots, and the kill from the Tour de Force. Bleed just got taken apart. We thought, well, we said they were pretty disciplined against 50 rounds, but ONIC found ways to make it work.
Look at Severine. He wants to get on in.
Oh, nice conditioning. They will not expect. Yeah.
Expensive investment, but here comes the
Nice,
Spirit.
Lenny.
Finds
Wow.
Moniette
Oh,
buddy hopping.
nice.
He will hop to death.
Lenny never misses.
Gets the answer back.
Yeah, man.
Severine with the flick on up. Misses it. Darian answers back with the
Let's
flick.
go.
Lenny is SG
There goes Severine,
crashes.
and the battle of
Yeah.
champions goes to the side.
I think so. I was talking to Sushant, and Lenny has the best ult conversion rate of all swords
Yeah.
in the world.
Severine does get revived. That
Oh,
is the
really?
operator
Yeah.
back online, but
Oh shit,
everyone
then
is so
crashes
close
is
up right now. This
NA
is
Lenny
such
then.
a hard retake.
Yeah.
As the lineup's already set up.
Still have
as well
lineups,
by
eh?
Lenny. Darian says
It's
once
over.
it's good,
It is
but
over, it
twice
is
he
over.
does get taken
Yeah, it's
down
over.
by NC Slasher. Wall will come up.
And 3 sentis on defense side.
Protect against any of the lineups. There's one down to 5 HP, still stays alive. Naxi on the flank. He's the big flanker. Slasher does not know what's coming. Oh, he does!
Oh.
And the round gets stolen away.
Damn.
They were ready for the
We
play
spoke too
Severine
soon, man.
had,
Caster's
and we
curse.
get
I mean,
tied up
Annalise
here.
curse.
6-6.
They thought they had
Yeah.
the lineup. They thought that Lenny was able to stop the diffuser. He got one shock dart and the second one.
Okay, I'm not saying anything now.
Killed the Sage and
Yeah,
Slasher
man.
was just able
You just
to
watch
get
in
away from that.
silence.
Because he
Yeah.
got away from that, he was able to stop
Yeah, that's
Nancy
so.
from lurking, and ONIC have found a way to tie this game.
Not saying anything.
My goodness, you can again see the preparation by both these squads' utility. We saw ONIC have the long-range
Yes, yes.
lineups for the plant spots at B. This time on the retake, it was ONIC prepared for the Bleeds lineup.
I think 6-all is still a decent scoreline.
There was that wall
Yeah,
that
considering their
disrupted
com also.
the
Yeah, and now on defense, I think so we'll be stronger than them.
should have been
Yeah.
a double shock dart, but it just didn't really work out. ONIC slowly found a way to get back into this game. Really didn't let Bleed get that big of a lead. It was 6-4 at some point, but that is so
But that's crazy,
nasty.
yeah, the
Slasher
shotty.
double
Yeah.
shotty kill. This is where it broke apart for
And no,
Bleed.
drone ended just on him, like
Pretty
literally
much
before,
going
just
7-5 at the
1
very least.
meter.
That 50 round was
But
But
where
where did he drone from?
stolen from them, and
He-
Where did he drone from?
those kills.
Yeah, he drone
5
from long.
HP, just absolutely
Like, not in the house lah.
amazing
No.
from ONIC.
Oh, unlucky.
Whenever God praises from some good play, then they don't win it.
That's what Bleed was looking down.
What
They
can
were
I do?
in complete control here, but the Indonesian squad now having some heroics as well. We had a
Shiro,
lot
man,
of
Shiro.
standout 1v1 saves or 2v1
Shiro
saves
saved
on
Severin
the
that
side of
round,
Bleed.
right?
We had Elmi
Then
Moore with these
NC Slasher with the
rolls,
shorty this
but
round.
NC Slasher coming
Then you had
back.
Monier with the double
Two
kill,
short
right? The
The
Polat
before.
and at
Yeah.
lane.
3K on that one. He was sitting at
Everyone has stepped up from
Looking down
ONIC.
to 1 in 10
Severin
now.
with the
He gets
3K
right
with
there at the
Chamber
end.
ult.
He wasn't doing great. But
Elmi Moore. Elmi Moore is the only one that has been quiet this map
crucial
so far
round
in terms of flashy
tie it
plays.
out, and I think that's the most important
What can you
part.
do? You can just say
Show
quiet.
up when you need to, and that he did.
But he got a good
For
clutch
Bleed
though.
this time around,
Yeah.
they're going to be the the
He got
ones
a good clutch.
defending.
Yeah,
I think that their
that's
right.
lineup is actually very, very good for that. They have the Sentinel, 2 Sentinels, Pith and Retla.
So we are completely leaving A for retake.
Not an end-all be-all, but such a good way.
I think now we should
Bye.
go
in a series.
defend A, right? Because we've seen B's clear entirely.
They've had
Mm.
2-1. ONIC got one of them in our previous map. But now they're looking to get one on this map here on Icebox.
But I guess they have set executes
String
also.
some rounds
Yeah.
together from that previous
They
round.
Oh, they're going B.
Two big momentum ones as well.
Oh, but we have Sage and Killjoy there. There's no way.
As
We
the
have so
Yeah,
much
the
D there.
turret.
really were
Yeah.
the demons of finishing off a squad. A talented squad. Weren't able to do it last stage 2, missing out on Masters. Got to do it here against ONIC.
It really is a game of momentum. Neither team can find it on this map. The biggest streak that either team.
Yeah, you gotta break the.
Oh, Pith
Killjoy
went for a
turret.
sheriff fight.
Both teams, I think they're just looking to
I think that's
try
good.
and make that big lead, but they just can't. ONIC looking to execute on this A side.
It's just toxin screens all over the place as Moniette with the cloud burst creates space, and Lenny is on site and not seen, and now
Oh!
gets one. Down to 44, just trying to buy time for the rest of the team, but then NC Slasher takes away that time. Pith on site. Darian with
What
the jump
nice,
lead.
Darian.
NC is able to, or jumping Slasher able to pick up the kill. And now
Okay, just have a
it is
moment on.
Pith and Darian very low.
At least they got time to wait for the wall.
Low as well,
Yeah.
and Elmi Moore is here. And they push together. It is a 2v2 crossfire, and the winners of this
Oh,
one are
nice
ONIC.
try.
They get themselves a pistol.
No, I think the KJ Sheriff works because I don't think the Alarm Bot or the Nanoswarm does much on KJ because let's say if they're not coming to your site, it's useless anyway on the pistol round. So it's a very big punish if they don't come to your site. Your utility is useless.
And this time around,
So,
Yeah, and also they have the Sage and Chamber, which is like
Yeah.
more than enough Sentinels, more than enough Sentinel utility also. So I think they chose the gun advantage.
yeah, Sheriff is
Yeah, for the firepower
Logical,
advantage.
yeah.
Call back onto this
Yeah.
Xbox.
Again, I go back to NC Slasher on that one. Picks up 2, and then challenge, the big challenge against Darian. Jumping out of, I guess, nest there.
Ooh.
Trying to right-click in. Didn't get it, but still, fun to watch the confidence revive a player like the way NC Slasher was.
KJ on pistol round, Sheriff is good. I'm sure there's a
And now
data
finds
backed by
himself
your
maybe
Sheriff
8
instead
and
of say
10 or 8
Ghost
and
and
11,
Molly.
something like that.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
two
Molly in hand, that's
3
it.
rounds.
He's really finding a lot
With
of
Sheriff,
kills
you can
now.
spam
Securing
a lot.
rounds for ONIC.
You can
Lead for
obviously
ONIC
take a
very
lot of long range fights.
Rendezvous.
It's almost like your KJ is also turned into a chamber. So
Battle chamber is always fun.
in terms of firepower, not in terms of TPs or anything, but at least in terms of
Yeah,
fire.
he heard that. And he's got
Ghost isn't nearly as effective against walls and everything.
They're all gonna peek. Oh, Moniette.
Oh,
nice shot.
damn, nice.
And the
Yeah.
guy is up there
Nice shot,
at
nice shot.
nest side. He's not gonna be able to pick it up, so
That's a
no
vandal.
bulldog.
Oh, a bulldog. Yeah,
Nope.
that's a big gun that they really could have used
Oh,
now.
nice.
Two of them are actually very greedy. Severine only with a headhunter. Elmi Moore with a sheriff. This might be dangerous for
Ah,
ONIC.
they're able to get it. Okay, so Severine
there you
does
go.
eventually pick it on up. And now catching the flanker, it is Maxi.
Oh, nice one.
Nice,
Will
good
have
pick.
himself access to a
That
bulldog.
greediness.
Now they're gonna have, yeah, they're gonna have to
A
push Maxi.
4v3 retake
I mean,
on the
Lenny.
taking his
Lenny,
time,
yeah.
waiting for it.
They don't know Lenny's here, so
NC Slasher and surprise!
ah.
There's Shiro to help out his
Let's
team.
go.
Elmi Moore gets taken down
Let's
with
go, they got bomb
retake.
control.
Looking okay here for Bleed. Not quite done yet as Shiro and NC Slasher still alive. The defuse does get to half. Oh, and it's double headshots, and it's a
Oh.
clean
Nice.
by NC Slasher. Another
Almost,
multi-kill
almost.
for
Nice,
the
nice
Sage
damage.
player.
I think
Yeah.
they thought they had that.
But
thought
they
they
didn't
could
buy
steal
much
it.
also,
They
the
thought they
Severin
could
and
get it,
Elmi Moore.
but they lost other
I think
players.
Just
Sushant
pistol.
might have suggested the buy, definitely.
Again, that's stepping up. These
Boom
past few rounds
is-
were all
won't be
off
surprised
kills
anyway.
from NC Slasher. Darion finding a great first kill there, making it very expensive for ONIC, and NC Slasher is the one to bring it back yet again.
Now it's Shiro towing the line here for
Yeah,
ONIC.
wow, L5G,
We
wow.
saw this from him last map. We were waiting to see Shiro take over a lobby. Instead, it was Elmi Moore that last game. NC Slasher having big moments, Moniette having big moments, and Shiro was doing his job, but we're used to seeing him take it
Oh.
on over. And Moniette!
Nice bit.
Sheriff taken down
Good
live,
trick,
and then
Maxi.
answers back. Moniette and
Whoa.
Slasher down. That is the
Let's
hot
go,
Nice.
Ritra.
Draw got him.
Finally getting slowed. Who else will step
They heard him,
on
right?
up?
Oh,
Yeah.
Says, I'll take my shot.
Yo, Vasudha. Hello, Monflame.
Elmi Moore is
Third map.
trying to
Third
go
map
for
is
the
Haven.
gate, but they don't have the spike right now. He has to go out. It's dangerous. But they just might find him. Darren is already turning the corner. Can he find Elmi Moore before Elmi Moore checks? And he does.
Let's
Gets
go.
the kill. Severine still has the Vandal. Gets spotted by the turret. They know where he is. They know where the spike is as well. So Bleed are trying to play this together. They use
Okay,
the
Bleed
wall
loses this. I'm leaving.
wall off that angle. There's a little bit of a hole there.
There's no way.
Severine
people-
just might get sandwiched.
This doesn't feel good. Okay, checks one corner. Now has to check the other. Timing. Well, now he has a lot of corners to check. The wall goes away, and any protection that he had goes away as well. Darian gets a quick
30
shot
seconds left.
through the wall, so didn't do too much damage. But it's 2 to the left, 1 to the right.
Oh wow, what a
Yeah.
setup.
The firing squad
Elevation.
really positioned themselves to not be able to get taken out by one
Hmm,
spray, or make it
5G,
as
yeah,
far as
we are
possible
making mistakes,
to get
but
that
it's
spray
okay.
transfer.
As long as we win the crucial rounds, right?
3 of them alive.
Like this
Yeah,
round is
we can
now
talk
going
about
to
the
be very
mistakes later.
crucial. Yeah.
This is their buy round this time. Let's see if they
Because
can
it's
go
buy
around
versus
early.
buy. The last one was buy versus bonus. This is buy versus buy. If we win this, we take the lead
Way
next
of
round.
ONIC the last several rounds. But then Bleed finally getting a response by their hot guns.
वो jinx prevent कर रहा है क्या
Take a
बात है
look at
तुम
the scoreboard one more time. Darian and Cher leading the way. You're getting more of a support performance by NC Slasher. On the opposite side, it's Retlat. I think 10 and 10 or somewhere around 1 KDA. But someone else needs to step up here for Bleed. Specifically on this map. Again, they've been pretty good, and when they're in the driver's seat, they haven't given it away too much. But the last couple of rounds, it's been ONIC in the driver's seat, especially because we have the pistol round, and they've been able to string some rounds together.
It's a slow round right now. I think both teams have chosen to just get a feel of each other. ONIC playing a default. Bleed has not really been pushing out though. So that's the thing. They're not going to find anything here for the side of ONIC. Bleed are playing super disciplined, and it's going to be Maxi that's the one that's staying
Okay.
on his B side alone. He's trying to anchor it, and I think ONIC want to go for this.
I think the chamber trap is very good here.
People are stacked on over to A. This is going to catch one lone little Maxi by himself. Execution. Go.
Yeah, nice one, Maxim.
Look at Maxi. Buys time, takes away the easy, plants the wall, will not protect the second snake bite.
Oh,
And so it does buy a bit of time. He does get tagged. Moniette
But
going
everyone
up.
is here already.
yeah.
NC Slasher finds one. Maxi on 12 HP finds an answer, but you still don't like the fact he's on 12 HP. Moniette takes down Lenny. 4v3. Maxi gets
Oh,
two
nice
on
shot.
12 HP, so not a bad hold by him, but the team is slow to rotate around.
Very slow. They haven't
Still
gotten
a
there
2v3,
just yet. They need
doable.
to reset the fight on the side of ONIC, and they've done so. They've
But still got Viper
changed
speed
their
though.
post-plan positions. They might
Yeah.
even be looking at lineups, and I think for the side
They
of
have no
Bleed,
more
they're
split
trying to
now.
find these kills fast, but that snakebite is just discouraging them from pushing forward.
Easy for ONIC to
The
win. Wow.
lineups. Moniette gets one there. He'll run away. It's a save for Darian.
It's okay, we
Looking
can buy
for
net from.
any lurkers, but decides to hold on to it. And the execution was flawless. And more importantly, the gamble of going to B worked out here for ONIC. And so we've said ONIC have been the ones that are down for, I guess, like fist fights and slugging it out. This time, it was a thinking man's game.
And very clean executes. Maxi tried his very best to slow it down. He got the snake bite, delayed the plan by a little bit. He got 2 kills as well on 12 HP. It just wasn't enough.
Okay, guys, bleed timeout. What
Let's take
what
a
do we
look
do?
at the scoreboard, because Darren has been tearing it up, but the rest of his team, you mentioned it.
What are we doing wrong,
Someone-
Domin?
Someone else needs to help.
I think we are also not taking enough
They're
info.
also
We are giving them too much space, right?
Yeah.
If you take a look at the frag,
So the setup I suggested to them, we can also do the same setup, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
And coming to that point, Moniette with a 3K on that last one, it happened so smoothly I didn't see
We
it.
can
It was
do
more keeping an eye
Sage
on
and
Maxi on
Killjoy
12
one
HP,
side,
Value on
right?
12 HP, but
Viper
Maxi
Sova
was-
one side,
again,
and
just like
Chamber
you were saying
going
about
through.
when they were in
Like
the
how
lead,
Darion,
said,
like the
we
setup we
can
did against
execute
Team
with their
Secret in
front line
challenges,
shot that
if you
one out
remember,
to
right?
Moniette with the 3K, getting himself into
I
a
don't,
positive KD
but-
ratio.
Oh, you know.
Yes.
So Darion was playing here,
Doing well
right?
here for ONIC. as they
Uh-huh.
are
And
leading.
then you had Killjoy setups, Killjoy utility towards here in case they go inside, right? After Darion
Yeah.
comes back.
Another
And then Killjoy is playing sort of here.
more and more
There was
recently.
Sage playing
I'm
here,
here for it,
right?
because we are trying to send the
You had
best
Viper
team
playing
possible
A
as the
with
third
this
seed
one
from
way,
APAC
right?
to champions
Or
Uh-huh.
this smoke,
to Istanbul.
right?
Yeah, the
And
first
this
one.
smoke is better, the side smoke,
Here as
because when they are planting, you just spam with your spit and shock dart.
deter the team
That combo,
up
you know?
into A. It's a gamble
Yeah.
for Bleed.
Mid aggression
And
period.
Coach.
What?
It works. It
I
just
gotta
works.
take my leave first, man.
ONIC
Okay, bye bye, Gumin.
Yeah, I gotta
Thank
go
you
out.
for visiting.
Bye bye everyone
Bye bye.
watching.
has been
Guys, which
Listen to
Gumin-
Godspeed, man. He's a S tier coach.
Wow.
If he can
Thank
find
you,
a team,
Domain.
it's going
But
to
guys,
Yeah.
do follow Domain on Twitter and
because ONIC
just
has
tell
been
him to come
really
again
sticking
tomorrow.
with the Marshall.
Yes, I will be back, I
directly
guess.
team
See you
with
guys. Bye bye.
Bandits. But it's really up to the
Bye,
overall fans.
Domain.
I think that Darion finding the first kill would be great. Does do a bit of damage, but has
Hello,
to
Thunder.
rendezvous away. Monyet gets topped up. Still has a few off the blades off ready. Could still reset it if he finds a kill.
Oh, hi,
Ready to
Studio
go.
One
He's,
Cheese.
he's ready to gamble this one. He does not know what's on the opposite side of this.
Okay. The Darion has his TP back.
And awkwardly here.
Bye,
ONIC
Bo.
are kind of stuck in B long. And now Lenny has very good information,
Nice.
reliable information.
Beautiful.
Had the opportunity to go for the slam.
Beautiful from Darion, man.
Misses it, and Darren gets away, slows him down. Wall gets popped on up, and time is of the essence. Darian still buying more time.
Oh.
Elmi Moore.
They can't plant though.
Severine and Elmi Moore continue to just wipe up the floor. It's Pith in a 1v4. Gets two, peeks around the corner, still alive. You can hear the footsteps. And now NC Slasher has a lineup and doesn't see Pith. Oh my god, Pith is so lucky
Oh
with
my
the
God.
timing. And now we'll have the opportunity to take on Severine. 1v1 with the backstab. Doesn't
Oh.
clear out the rest of yellow though. And then gets
Oh,
shot.
nice try, Pith.
Wow. Someone check their watch because I guess
Nobody's watching.
No one's watching anything.
He actually slipped through NC Slasher. He went around yellow, but he didn't complete the turn, and because of that.
Oh,
he lost
Darion
one
played it
map.
so well, man.
Darion, great hold from him, was able to rendezvous out of the way, but Severine, he was dancing around yellow, and Pith was just unlucky because he wanted to check the corner, thought twice about it,
ये तो
and
मुझे
then
भी
suddenly
नहीं किया.
got taken out.
It's
And
too
Bleed,
long. I think he expected that no one else is there.
that could have been so huge for them. Instead, does not work out, and now it is a quick A push here.
He
by
didn't
ONIC.
commit to
Take a
his
lot
guess.
of control
Like he
on
guessed,
this side, and now they
he
cross the
didn't
halfway
commit
point.
to his
Still
intuition,
Dior
basically.
Onyet
Not even guess.
Getting aggressive, looking to pull out the shorty, switch
Let's
it
go,
back.
Darion, again.
But Darion
What
has
impact
an
frags,
answer
man.
in the form of the tour de
Beautiful.
force. And they continue on Monyet, getting tagged
Okay.
through the wall just a bit. And there it is, the tour
Oh.
de force is down. Shiro getting the answer. Monyet hanging around the
Okay,
pit.
still doable.
Take it down, and that's a vandal that they can use. Yep, it's in the hands of Maxi. Elmi
Oh.
Moore has the answer for that. Redland not peeking the same time, and it's another one for Elmi Moore.
He already saw Sage and
Who's
Snowman,
gonna
yeah.
step up?
Not sure if
Elmi
he.
Moore says
Yeah,
it is I.
he saw Sage and Snowman. He didn't know the other guy's
have not seen
position.
ONIC look this
He
good
guessed that he would be
thus
towards
far,
B
but they're
main, but he
starting to
abandoned
clean
his
up, they're
guess.
starting to make sure
Just
that they don't
IGL in
take
India,
the
according to
free
you,
kills. I
Amaterasu.
think getting all these
Hack
frags, they're
करिए
not
ना.
rushing either. They found a way to stop trying too hard, trying to panic, plant the spike, or not clear corners. They've just cleared everything. And Bleed, they're trying to look for those free kills. They're trying to find a
Oh,
opening,
man.
but ONIC have been playing so tight.
Right, that we've talked about
Yeah,
ONIC
man.
being a team
Yeah,
that
but
waits,
but I
a
don't-
team that
Let's
tends
see,
to
man.
take
We
too
can
far.
still come
You
back.
know, when you ask for the steak done medium, I don't want it well done. I want it medium. That was a very good example of that as Darian wins the Battle of Chambers. And now it's Bleed for the first time in a while. I feel like I've said this a couple times. Bleed for the first time in a while with a man advantage, but it's because ONIC have carried the momentum since the pistol round towards Bleed.
Yeah, Darren finding an opening pick. Should
Okay.
there's the res coming in. Let's not forget there's Sages on both sides, so Darren has to do it again. He's staring down.
We need
the
entry
ball.
kills, yeah.
Looks like ONIC have not really
More than
decided
entry kills, we I think the last round, even though we died, we played it well. We need to play side.
Marine decides to peek. He's thinking about it. Oh no, rendezvous away.
Does it in style, facing backwards. As now Elmi Moore.
You want to play?
Sounds lots of success there.
Wow,
And there it is. Severine comes back from the death and pulls out the tour de force.
No, I think they get a second win
To get
if
themselves
we
the
win
victory.
this
And
one.
now Lenny finds the answer. NC Slasher taken low, but we'll be able to heal up. Sage, oh! And the Nano Swarm almost takes him down.
2v4, but still
Darian
doable.
now has to rotate on over Pith as well. In heaven, in a 2v4 retake situation. We've had a couple of really big ones go the way of ONIC 2v4, especially against Team Secret over
Done NS logic.
in last round on Breeze. But now it's Bleed that need to do it, and instead, they're going to play for the tie. They back on off and will do the quick
Nice
maps.
decision.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. We'll be able to buy a little bit if we hold on to these guns and play for 5 rounds.
So we haven't won a single round
Bleed
on our
the back
defense.
foot since the
right?
6-6 half. They've only won
One
in
round.
the second half.
Yeah, the
They
bonus
just
round.
Cannot find a way to stop
तो
ONIC.
ने
ONIC have done
trade
such
नहीं
a
आ रहा
good
यार.
job of playing on the attacking side on this icebox, really finding the openings, really finding those frags. A lot of them free. That's the biggest thing.
Yep.
Darren can get a free kill, but ONIC find a way to get a double, a triple, all for free. And because of that, they're now on match point. They now have 5 rounds ahead of Bleed.
And I think that's the big difference, right? Coming into it, we're like, okay, Bleed, they're playing like the leader. They're playing like the favorite. When they're ahead, they do what they need to. And I feel like I've said it like 2 or 3 times now, and set up Bleed to lose against ONIC here. And ONIC have had the eco round wins. Last map, it didn't pay off with the map win. But now, this time,
Okay.
oh, beans. Come on yet.
That's a blunder from NC Slasher. Darion.
ONIC mostly win the 1-1 and take the rounds.
This
Yep.
time around, he's not on that B side, but it looks like ONIC are
Just
guessing,
Chamberlain
right?
is
They
there.
go B. They might just overwhelm Maxi yet again.
Yeah, no worry, Indonesian fans. You're up 12-7, and that's with accidental slow orbs hitting myself like NC Slasher just did. Imagine when they go ahead and optimize everything, they're going to be on top of the world. As they
Still the
continue to
confidence will
try
be
and
higher,
tackle
so
and
we
finish
got
them
up
off
and
again.
start with them.
Bleed the
Yep.
team, normally known as Trouble, closing out. Let's see how ONIC do as the ones wearing the favorite cap right now. As no one on yellow, they'll have information on that. Good arrow by Shiro. And so full control and the plant will be there. There'll be a post-plant try and retake by Maxi as the spike is planted.
Maxi was not able to hold that side at all. Wasn't able to even dish out some damage. But it looks like it's just going to be ONIC setting up for that post plant.
Darian got poked a bit there
Ola
by
tale tale.
Fury, so
From a teammate.
maybe,
Nahi bhai, aata nahi.
not so good coordination here by Bleed.
If we
as
win
now starts to
LCQ,
retake.
sure.
Wall going down, Monyet right behind it. And
Oh,
it's a
beautiful.
personal operator shot.
Let's
by
go.
Darian. 1, 2, 3, 4 as we watch Elmi Moore trying to come around the side.
Nice.
And it's Bleed. They've got a long way to go, but it starts with 1 and they get 1.
Where did this bleed come from? Where did they find these skills? Like, this is what they've been struggling with. Holding on to the site. So they just decided, okay, we go for post plants instead. That was a lot cleaner than the previous rounds because they just could not find anything at all. And I think if they keep this up, it just might be good. I think Darren's the only one who's been successful in holding a push because of the rendezvous. The rest of them don't really have the tools to get out of dodge.
तेरी उनको गुस्सा आ गया हाँ भाई.
Bleed. They finally cracked the code, but can they do it again?
Yeah, again, Maxi went down first in that. And I still like, you know, if I'm ONIC, I like that execute. I like everything that happened there. You want to try and challenge Darian with an operator shot right in front of his face. A lot of the times, once you miss that, you clean it on
Okay.
up. Oh, no. Well, I guess every cloud has a silver lining. Every poison cloud has a bullet on the opposite side. And now Pith gets 2.
Let's go.
3. And finally, we see the former G2 man come alive. And now making
Man.
a 5v2.
मैंने देखा physically,
Darian
psychically बोल
pushing
दिया था कि
up with
सामने.
that
Let's
operator
go
as an
Tanya.
opportunity for Severine to get an answer. But instead, they play slow. No information been given yet, other than the spot is down up inside tube right now.
They can't do anything on the side of ONIC. They should probably just choose to save. They're just chilling, because right now, that spike is in a spot where it's going to be irrecoverable. They did not take control over it, and they know that Bleed have complete control over it, and they've already rotated some more members to defend that spike. The other members of Bleed are just
भाई देखा थर्ड मैप का बात करते हैं बीट स्टार्टेड
no
बनेंगे अब
funny business, no switches in terms of the side. Don't let them get behind us.
30 seconds left.
And again, ONIC are fine either way. They're fine with staying alive. They're fine with, you know, hurting the
DC
economy
1
here of
rush.
Bleed. Because they have, I think all of them have at least 4,000, maybe like 3-5, but they're good for the buy. As now, you can see it, Bleed are hunting. This
Respect
is
for
very,
ONIC, man.
very
Such
aggressive.
secret.
Hit.
Yep.
He's going to show up here. Very difficult shot for Severine to figure out. Rendezvous has been removed. Severine, Shiro.
No.
Oh, what are Bleed doing? Yes, they'll get the round, but their economy. Okay, Redla gets one. Thinks about going for the last one, and Darren holds on to the
No, there's no
operator.
economy. Right now, you have to buy every round.
That was very
There's
costly.
no such thing as there's no concept of economy now.
Damage economy,
for
at
Bleed.
least they still have
For
it.
them, every round is the last round.
Though your plan is to win every single round.
Yeah.
The reason why they actually went for that was because they wanted to destroy ONIC's economy, so they make one round easier. They want to go against maybe one anti-eco.
Yeah.
They knew that they had enough money to buy this round anyway, so that's why they went for that. But it was very costly.
All right. Well, with that, Bleed, they get the full buy here. Moniette has Blade Storm ready to go. And I think Severine is sitting on like 6,000-ish. But what a battle we've had here. We've expected no less from these two squads. Only one previous meeting between them in the past. A 2-1 victory by Bleed. But these have been two of the top teams in the whole region.
Last round होने
They've
दे,
not
but
been
last round के
facing
लिए भी
opponents
buy
who
हुआ तो
sometimes
better
dodge
होना.
other teams in the bracket.
Buy तो रहेगा ना, you get
by sheer
3,000 भाई.
luck or maybe by sheer coincidence. And between these two teams, they really
ONIC का ये time out का मतलब था they'll go for an fast
really want
execute
to
is
go
what
to
I
champions.
feel.
Neither of them have touched Masters. Neither of them have touched the global stage. And they really want to be able to be there.
And both
You should
having
go for
those
fast
standout
execute.
moments to do it.
Like
But
ONIC
also,
will
both
sucks.
executing
But they won't
standard
win
plans as well,
3,000.
right?
Every round they win, they get 3,000.
That, again, deserves to be celebrated, deserves to be
They've
played.
not turned well. They were winning the round, na? Just going for exit kills.
Sometimes it's all about saying, hey, we got the guns, we have position, and we lined up our shots better than yours. And so now ONIC, they've been able to get themselves onto the doorstep, but now they're the ones struggling to close this one out. As Bleed, they play straight up. 2 in A, 1 mid, 2 mid actually. And ONIC will play this one slow. So the whole ONIC always rushes changes the narrative this time, as the pause has slowed
I
them.
think ONIC always rushes would have won
Not
the
stopped
round.
them yet, as Moniette
You know,
continues
the
to play around mid. Pith got 2 in that last round in situations like this. Again, the poison.
Full
cloud
buy से
comes
मतलब
in
नहीं है अभी
dangerous.
यार, अभी दूसरे के damage
He
भी
doesn't
करना
really
होता है.
like pushing out. That's why
Psychologically speaking,
ONIC never
अगर
find
तुम उनके
anything on
सबको
their
down
defense.
करते हो,
This
that's
time
better
around,
for
they're going
you.
through kitchen. Pith.
तो तुमको तो ऐसे भी buy करना ही है, जो भी तुम्हारे पास है.
He had that triple kill that last time, but that turret is going to spot them.
Right now, you want to make them as uncomfortable as possible.
Needs to get it out of dodge really fast. Oh,
I
just
don't know.
misses.
Yeah. Oh. Hey, well, the timing worked out for Pith as Pith popped out. Or
Let's go.
The underpass there. And now Shiro will get the plant, but
Wow.
Pith gets another one! And it's Pith coming alive now for Bleed when they've needed a hero. Elmi Moore, this has been the guy that you can rest your hat on if you're an ONIC fan. But it's a 2v5 situation. Maxi and Shiro, 2 ships passing in the night. As now Retla gets off one. Elmi Moore has his work cut out for him. And this was 2v4. Maxi's still alive. Elmi Moore using the snake bite. Will it be enough? No, it won't. And so we will go to a round 23. But 2v5, Key.
2v5, they made it so expensive. They found 4 kills. And if he just had his gun out and had the angle, he could have taken Maxi out. There were some 50-50s in that round. Maxi could have stuck it as well, and I think he would have gotten a defuse. But after a strong start from Bleed, after a lot of kills from Pith and Maxi at the beginning, Elmi Moore found a way to almost bring it back, and that makes it very expensive for Bleed. And because of that, They have to buy some light shields here and there. Still a full buy from them, but for ONIC, also
Where
still a
light
full
shields?
buy.
एक जन के पास light shield है
That's
because we
pretty
have the
good, but
op.
this is ONIC's last full buy. If Bleed take them out here, they have a chance to send it to overtime.
And here we go. It is Viper's Pit on A. Yet again, Maxi getting value. And how important was that last kill to get him the ulti point? And so 12 to 10. Bleed looking to reset the economy of ONIC. They
Again, Darion is
themselves
in
not
very
feeling
good position.
Pretty great because those last couple of
Shivang
rounds
Patel, hello.
were costly. It did take down multiple members, but you go back to that one round that you called out, hunting after ONIC, trying to reset ONIC's economy. It did cost them 3 of their players' lives, but
There's no cost, man, guys. I don't know why you. This is the 4th time you mentioned it, but there's no cost here, guys.
They were already 5 rounds down. They've closed it out. Now there's only 2 more remaining. If they just play
Eskerosis
this
position
well,
though. No, Eskerosis position was
like
worse
they played
because
the
he didn't have
past
his
few
TP
rounds,
there.
they can make this work. The flick misses. Darren does not get the first kill, but they do commit the lockdown. Now they're faced with a tough decision. Go B, try to fight the lockdown? No, they can't. Go A against the Viper's Pit? Is that where you go? Or do you go mid? But time is ticking. There's only 30 seconds left. If once they start making a decision here, the time is going to tick, and they have to play this perfectly.
And it's gonna be explosive. Here comes the Hunter's Fury, but Darian
Let's go, Lenny.
down early on. Lenny trading on back to Elmi Moore. The spike does get planted on B, so Viper's Pit just butt time.
Darion's
Not a
gonna
round
cross
win, and that's what you
him.
need right now if you're Bleed. Retla thinking about getting the wall down, clears out Yellow as much as
Good
he
question.
can. Still has Resurrection. Severine on top of one of the crates. Buying a bit of time. Hit up against the wall, has a little bit of cover, but trades on out. That's what they were looking for. Monyet still alive. Shiro becoming the hero, and now it's just Maxi left alive. 26 HP, spike ticking, and we're going to a map number 3. ONIC, they started to fumble the
Yeah,
flag,
जाना
but they
चाहिए था.
close it on off. 13 to 10.
Both teams are stealing each other's map picks, sending us to a game number 3. Bleed, they started finding a way to win on these defensive rounds. but
Okay,
they
third
just
map is
couldn't
Haven.
really send it to overtime.
map.
ONIC just needed one more round. They struggled, but they finally found it at the end.
And that last round, it speaks volumes to ONIC, who are showing the discipline necessary with a lockdown on B, with Viper's Pit on A. As you said, time running down, decisive call, and it's these types of moments that are showing the growth of ONIC. They're saying, hey, we're worthy of that final spot too. To break down this map, we'll send it back on over to the desk after we take a short break. You're watching VCT APAC Last Chance Qualifier.
पहला से 13 11 वाला था, ये 13 10. इतना टाइम कैचेस कर रहा है मेरे पास. ONIC का BO5 हो गया आज का ये. Oh my god. I think Bleed will take map 3. Yeah, man. I think so as well. True. Okay, मुश्किल है. देखते हैं यार, देखते हैं. Hopefully we do it. Guard Cloud9 Symphony Shopify building. इसका भी LCQ release. One. In 27 hours, our contracts will expire. We will launch stuff soon. Then. चलिए नहीं. टीम का नाम लिखा हुआ है नया. How many people retweeted this? So none of the players. Or read Sahab. Guys, we need all the power we have or we can have. Yeah, like this stream, guys. Let's go to 100 if possible, right? For the match. Let's look at the updates so far. Manual server. Just through to semis. Nice. So initiative was on. Finish forward. Nice. BOOM कहाँ से है? इंडोनेशिया. What is the score of this? Women's cricket. Let us check women's cricket. 15 hours. Where is it? Okay. Smriti Mandana 32 balls 61. Damn. बाकी सब average अभी तक खेल रहे हैं normally. 60 knows 127 for 3. I think we should be good for 170 maybe. And this was 59 per 5 overs, 50 over 1 damn. But yeah, we have Tanya Bhatia and Pooja Vastrikar coming. Deepthi is there. Jemima is there. I think so. We should push for 170. Cricket ka watch party ka promotion. Wow, Z-Blast. Watch highlights. Yeah, I can't watch highlights here. We'll get copyright. So very economical Sarah Glenn. And then Nat Silver economical and sort of whose wicket one down also big involvement from Nat and Sarah Glenn. Then Freya Kemp as well, a little bit less economical, but in T20 I think so 7.2 is okay. Shirali didn't in the boundary 60 over Freya strike in the first place. Yeah, Freya Kemp, 2 very good wickets. Got the captain out, got Shifali out as well. Easy for one. Wow, sure. Just scored 1 run in the last 2 balls. Also, 20-something wickets in the sun. Yeah. Also, very, very disciplined. the English bowling lineup so far. Just one wide, just one extra. You know, this is very clean. Like normally, on average in T20 match, an average extras is like 10. So they've saved 9 runs so far. Much is a photo stats such questions. Oh, his stats. I know nothing about stats. I'll just guess, but I don't know anything about stats. I just follow. Just like to follow this sport. Following all these things. I just follow. See. 996, 989. Guys, for those of you who do not know, I'm participating in Bhatti's Batshala. I'm Batshala. Sorry, I wrote not stuff, but yeah. This guys, Batshala. This is me, Manshi. I don't know who this guy is. This is Bindi. This is Right Away. And this is Mido. I guess this is Mustang, right? He's the only guy left. So yeah. So make sure you do tune in, guys. Tonight at 9 o'clock. That is Mustang. Yeah. Knights का free agent वाला tweet देगा क्या? Yeah. So the entire M3C is now free agents. Entire M3C are now free agents, but they're not exactly free agents because they are in talks with some orgs already, right? More than likely. Yeah, JD is playing for M3C. What shall I Pog? Yes, Pog, babe, Pog. Which org? Can't really say, man.
It's the only map they've
You can go to my previous streams 2 to 3 days ago. There was a leak as to which org it is. But yeah. Hint, it's a football club.
But can they actually use those fumes to carry and propel themselves to the grand finals? We'll have to see, because Bleed, they want that rematch against Boom as well.
They to diya hint.
Great strategy coming from ONIC in the last map on attack.
No, not PSG.
Again on attack and see how they do. On
It's a good team. It's only normal that also jumping. Yeah,
love it.
Guys, please do like the stream. The match is starting. Let's make it to 100 likes, guys. Fog. Let's support Bleed in the comments. Let's go. Juventus.
However,
but you're getting closer.
After losing a player early, and that has been what has caught my eye. Very, very impressive.
You guys are getting closer. We'll come from Premier League now. Now hints end. Let's go Bleed. Let's go Blast. Let's go Bleed.
But still, the team buckled down and we're playing like just that with the superstar LME Moore, with NC/Washiro leading the way. Now it's time for Moniette to step up. Now it's time for Severine to not just have
no one more. Yeah, no more. I won't say anything more about that.
Very different philosophies from both sides. Only 2 agents the same. It's a Sova and the Omen.
No.
But the rest, all different flavors.
Barcelona and PSG are interested in franchising, but and tier 2 leagues, but they're not after M3C.
And so he's able to buy a frenzy and do this. All right, well, you try to set him up sometimes.
Let's go, Darion. This Monia kill was huge, and it should have been early. Let's go.
Trading it back on out. Now Severine holding the awkward angle for Bleed to think about. Turret has been popped on up. D-Fuse doesn't get to half. And yeah, that does end up being a
Let's
kill.
go.
Only one left alive. Elmi Moore on the big wraparound. And Darian goes down as well. Getting to half is Redla.
Let's go. Redla. I know football team, so yeah.
But Bleed win yet another comprehensive round. ONIC, they did as much as they could have there.
It looked a bit messy, but Bleed still in control over that round. They found the frags, they found the kills, they found a
Man,
corner to just hide in and bunker down, and they were able to lock
that Monia kill early on was absolutely necessary.
He did a great job of finding the space in there in the dark cover.
Didn't convert.
But I guess I cast a curse.
Please, guys.
But I was just trying to set him up for the slam dunk, please.
Porygon में कुछ भी मत बोलना कर हो जाएगा.
Don't send any of the angry messages towards @Degon on Twitter. Please don't do that. You can hit me, follow me. I like that.
Okay. Builder 2-0, yeah.
Well, there's an S in there.
Same here, man.
Q-U-I-S.
The S is silent.
Yeah, yeah. the
But
S is silent.
what's not silent is Bleed, because
Nice.
they are making a lot of noise. They are wanting to make a statement here against ONIC.
Oh, did we get it? Did we get it? Oh, no, we didn't get it.
Trying to get a feel for it. Just picking out the alarm bot in the smoke. It's still there.
No, United.
Catching up on yet.
Redla.
Retla. You know,
Yeah, they're very
that's
flex.
actually a battle I'd rather be the Neon with, right? You got the Sheriff against the Spectre through the small hole in Garage. And now the hold at Long. It's 3 people there. And Darian buying up the Phantom. And it pays off. 70 HP. Retla holding off mid as well. And now it's just Moniette and Severine left to walk down a Long. But a lot of rotation off of it by Bleed.
Good rotations from Bleed. They're just holding down. They know where they're coming from. They're just locking this A site down, and Moniette probably has no chance to even get this spike down as he's already tagged down. All of them are going for triple peek.
No.
Yeah.
That's going to be a triple peek. The end. A shot through the smoke as Pith finds a quick headshot. Flawless rounds. Again, we've seen Bleed so clean on these second rounds that the bonus
did he
rounds
do?
become so dangerous for the opposing
Oh.
side. They won the first one in the first map. In the second map, ONIC were able to
Oh
bring
my
it
God.
back. But Bleed are looking to lock them down again. They're looking
Fuck
to win
ONIC.
this bonus.
Sure, but ONIC have always found a way to come
Yeah,
back.
serious.
Not only in this round, but when they're behind
Bayern
as
भी
well,
हो
and then
सकते हैं.
started to stack up rounds themselves.
I'm not going to say anything
themselves.
else.
And so this is where it gets fun, because we're used to seeing Bleed in the leader position to kick things off, and we're used to seeing ONIC in an eco position or their first full buy, fight back, and string them together. I feel like this is the key round to keep an eye on here, as there's the fast lane, Moniette able to slide on through. Paranoia landing onto Max, he does not realize right behind him is Moniette, and the speed from the Neon proves to be too much, and the site at C gets taken.
That's exactly
This
how they
neon
wanted that
breach.
first round to look, that pistol round. It didn't work out that time, but this time around, Moniette was able to get there, and NC Slasher finds the kill onto Darion. This bonus round, this famed bonus round that I was talking about.
Serious हो गए.
Not panning any kills. They're not
It's
making it
okay.
expensive at all for ONIC.
Yeah, other than the first map, where they strung together 7 rounds in a row,
7 in a row, yeah.
they've dropped these bonus rounds. So I guess they've had 3 of them so far, and it's ONIC that will be very happy with the way this one turned out. Only be able to upgrade the gun, still stepping forward. No, Piv taking a peek. But
1
that's not
HP on
enough.
Severine.
Or Lenny, there's one! Oh, they're fooling around! Oh, the panic! Lenny gets
Almost
a couple with the bulldog.
full damage.
and a
If he
fight
got
to take
7
down
as well,
4 and separate
you
the
got
lead.
one more guy.
Will be very, very lucky for them, but the economy here for ONIC will be okay as they
So
get
serious.
the first round win.
It'll be alright. It's not great, but it's alright. And I think that Bleed really wanted more from that. I think the kills that they expected from Pith didn't pan out. 1 HP left. The kills from Lenny probably wanted to finish off what Pith started. Couldn't find that third, unfortunately. But ONIC really able to just stop Bleed from taking that bonus.
We'll come close
The value
twice,
of Neon being selected here by Moniette, who's had
and this
good, but
LCQ
not
will
great
by far the
performances,
strongest.
but that whole take was based off of the fast lane, but that was not value at all. Hopping around, getting taken down. Oh no, Lenny!
Nice
One
one.
bag on that one is Retla. Answers back. There's 2.
Beautiful Retla.
ONIC's push falling just a bit short. NC Slasher bowing down to Bleed. And now
Bleed
Shiro
and Heaven as a
can't
mission,
run anything
yeah.
either. 3-1.
Clean round from Bleed. They only lost Lenny. He
जाएगी
had
भाई
the
जाएगी.
second one.
Definitely जाएगी.
Sometimes those shrouded step, especially if they move right away.
Neon Bhavadi VCT APAC.
He's able to dodge those bullets, but Redla was there to lock things down. As soon as he entered that site, he found 2 kills. He even found a third shortly after, and after that, it was just over.
Again, the agent diversity showing its face here as it was Pith on Killjoy last map. This time, Retla on it.
Moni the best
Obviously,
duelist in LCQ? Never.
Here,
He's very good, but
their defense
I
will
think
be
Darion has
strong
greater
as
impact.
Lenny kicks things off and loses that one. Elmi Moore, we've seen that multiple times. Sheriff to the face, and it opens things up here for ONIC.
Just a clean headshot from that Sheriff, doesn't even take damage. Space for ONIC as another kill onto Darren. That's a quick headshot. That's the headhunter coming into play. And Bleed, they had the rifles. They supposedly had this round. ONIC though, they're able
One
to
is one of the
and
best,
now
definitely.
the advantage is all on their side. They've picked up rifles. They have the numbers advantage as well. It's gonna take a miracle and then some for Bleed to be able to win this round. But right now, ONIC have slowed things down.
And Shiro ready for the wrap. Maxi's live. You know there's someone lurking, and there it is. Shiro ready for it. It's Retless, so he's like, all right, where's Maxi coming from? Maxi's around here. Maxi's by Haybase. Yeah, there it is. He reads them like a book, and Maxi's chapter ends in a way that he does not like. Pith.
The spray down to Elmi Moore was not expecting that. They're now gonna hunt him down though.
30 seconds left.
Oh, they're not.
Shiro's over here too. There's no way you can know this if you're Pith. You have no idea where they're at.
He's gonna get shot out here.
Okay, there it is. It's a 4K for Shiro.
Biased opinion, but I think Moni is way better.
As he did
That's because you're not.
exactly what he's
Oh,
supposed to
I
do.
understand what you're saying, but the
Gets
thing is,
opening picks,
you're not watching
swings around,
Darion play
pushes
duelists
the rest of Bleed.
You went
in
from
this
0
LCQ.
kills this game to just finding a 4K.
Of course not.
It was not those loud 4Ks where you just spray them down or ridiculously hit shots.
I'm not biased at all with Darion.
He's just holding.
I think Darion has a greater
holding
impact.
Strong. Bleed overextended a little bit as we've seen before, and Shiro just punished each and every single
Moni is playing duelist agents. Right now, Darion is not playing duelist agents. He's playing chamber on 4 of the 7 maps.
Alright, okay, that's pretty good. I was thinking that.
It was the only time we could do it. It's the only time we could do it. It's
Oh,
the
but the
only time
real
we could
hero
do it.
right now, Lenny with the Hunter's Fury. We've seen Shiro and Lenny, two of the best players for initiators, do so well with utility.
Yeah, both are great
Anything
players.
has a slight edge. Finding that first frag is important for Bleed.
Elmi Moore just barely missed the time.
I think so. The best duelists in APAC are not playing this LCQ.
Constantly like.
You have Forsaken, Jing, John Wolves, and PTC.
As Severine also gonna do battle with his opposite Omen, Maxi. And it is a rotate to C now.
It's
So
yeah.
early bets by Bleed heading on over to C. The map
You have
game
these
is clear
4.
as Darian continues to push up a short, so they know it's not A. Here we go, trying to avoid the owl drone. Great job by, I think it's Lenny there. Now Lenny
No,
trades it
Pearl,
off.
I love Pearl from the beginning. You have my videos
We know it's
on my
gonna be
channel.
a
You can
push.
go and watch my
NC
Pearl
Slasher
videos.
gets on the site. Maxi with the paranoia.
Oh, he couldn't get his ult
There's a
out.
Rolling Thunder doesn't get it out. Redla though got one kill. The flash of NC Slasher.
Nice,
Redla
Redla.
is still holding strong on logs as Severine takes him down. Darren, the only one left remaining in this 1v2. Uses
Let's
it,
go.
Finds the first kill. He needs to play this 1v1, but from the shadows takes Severine all the way to A. Darion has a gun, has the blade storm.
FS qualified. No. FS, that's what I'm saying. They're not in this
in
LCQ.
health, but has the advantage in position.
What a huge pick. Severine actually fumbled around.
And then you have Surf.
Accidentally
These are my top
dark
5 sort of.
Couldn't see where the enemy was, and it was a big pick off, and now allowing them to start things off. Here we go. It is 2 of these daggers. Each dagger does 50 damage. He's inside of it. Severine peeks. He doesn't see him. Does he see him? Yes, he does. There's the
Let's
kill,
go.
And the hero play by Darian. And it'll be 4 rounds to Bleed. And it was a good execute by ONIC, but Bleed answer back.
His blade strike through. He finds that last member. He brings the round back for Bleed. It looked very scary for them, but Darren was able to answer with the blade storm.
Oh, man. And there it was. That was the big play I was talking about. Look at this. He kind of hops on in. And
Retla's
lands
so
off
influential, man.
At the last second. And that was huge. That was huge as Darian able to make the play and close it out 4-2. And this is what we've been talking about. We start with streaks, and now we're trading blows right back, left and forth, as Bleed and ONIC. Again, this isn't even the grand finals. This is the lower bracket finals. Like, winner will face Boom. ONIC trying to be the Indonesian team into Champions, as Darian has something to say about it, dodges away and buys
Nice.
time. And sees
Nice trade.
gets taken down, and 3 members knocked out.
This is why we see Darren up front, because he knows he can rely on his teammates for the trade as well, and he's so good at these opening duels. Even if there was no one there behind him, he took 2 down by himself, but Lenny was still able to find NC Slasher to trade Darion, and that became a 3-4-1, and Bleed are just now sitting pretty in their sights, waiting for ONIC to make a noise.
Pretty interesting. I feel like they're playing a little conservative here. Our Bleed
Oh,
had an idea
beautiful
of
position, Lenny.
multiple members, and the spike dropped over by ONIC. Oh, it through the wall. Lenny gets taken down. And there you have it. The spike will be planted. A couple of extra credits heading towards the way of ONIC. And here comes a slow lurk forward by Elmi Moore. Pith ready to go on the corner. But Elmi Moore, more prepared. As now Maxi from up top.
Let's go.
Evans will win the round.
They're not filling it.
And Bleed to 5. As ONIC again find ways to scrap rounds.
We still have Pith's ult
They
left.
were up in numbers.
That should be another round.
Almost pull that one back. 5v3. 5v2. Excuse
Yeah,
me.
it was even 5v2, so it looked so difficult for them, but they keep finding these kills that Bleed should not be giving up. I think that's how ONIC have made this game so competitive, this series so competitive. But I think for this map, it just is falling short a little bit too much. Could it be the fatigue? Could it be them just not finding the answers just yet? We saw
Is it a
slow
tech
starts
pause?
from them
Yeah.
in the first 2 maps. It's the same thing. They start off very slow and then they suddenly figure something out from Bleed that makes them finally understand what Bleed are doing. But right now, it seems like they haven't cracked that code just yet.
And this is also one of the first times where we've had a major composition
It's
difference.
a dark side map, right?
This time on the Neon, we got to see how impactful.
Just because there are 3 sides?
in
No.
round 2 and round 3, specifically round 3 where they get the round win. But getting onto the sites at C, but then hasn't had the same type of impact that we saw when he was on the Jet, making plays.
I don't
early.
think
NC
Heaven
Slash
has
this time on KO.
Heaven is heavily sided on any
But right now,
side right now.
Lenny, Retla, and Darian have had their guns
Sambhav.
working, and Maxi has been playing defense.
go much
okay,
with them.
right? He's gotten caught out a couple times.
SK
shooting
Rossi,
with the 4K,
you have
but think about
Deathmaker,
it, with
you have
Shiro,
Raw Fuel,
4 kills
you have
in
Deadly
1
10,
round, and that's all 4 that he's
you have
had.
Tricky,
Yes, all 4. That's the only 4. 0, 0,
you have Paradox,
0, 0, 0, 0. And there's, it just seems like
Yeah,
Shiro's
you have a lot
just
of
not
players.
finding the kills.
you have Excali,
It looks like Bleed have figured out, okay, maybe we don't
no
push
Predator,
forward,
Zoshi is better.
we just hold strong. We push it forward a little bit conservatively, but let them come.
Buster is flex
It's been
up.
working so far.
Buster plays all
Bleed
roles, doesn't
found
play
a way to
duelist.
stop ONIC. ONIC have kept trying A though.
LF is not a duelist.
Both times just failed.
Yeah.
He's talking about duelist.
Able to get on the site, just not able to hold or find any round wins. And we know how important these round wins have been. Remember, ONIC played earlier today. Every single map against Team Secret.
Yeah, that was
24 rounds. So we cannot understate how many rounds of Valorant ONIC have been playing. Again, just to play a best of 5 tomorrow in the grand finals against Boom.
Yeah, this is very tiring for ONIC. For Bleed, they're in a bit better shape, but ONIC, it's every single round you can play without overtime. Just such a long series. 3 maps against, again, one of the best teams in the
Android
world.
best jet
World
ऐसे
LCQ.
NW1
They
NW1
tried
yes.
This year, but they're definitely a team to be respected, and I think that series could have gone either way. So ONIC definitely very tired. You can start seeing it in their pace.
Yeah.
They're just not as fast as we normally expect from them, especially on the attacking side.
And just every one of those rounds that they had against Team Secret, and in the last map against Bleed, they're heart pounders. None of them are free rounds here. I feel like in the past, we saw teams in the lead get to breeze by, right? It's like, oh, okay, we're just outclassing them. No, here, every round,
I don't
even
want to.
in 5v2s, you gotta close
Every
out.
reserve
because the
file a
counter's
petition
gonna
if you
be
don't
forward
agree.
later on.
Wow.
You want to make sure that it works out, and this time Monyet taking a decent amount of damage. The overdrive coming through. Monyet gets taken down. Retla answers to Shiro, and that was an investment of a pretty important ultimate here by Monyet, not working. As it is multiple members up C long as Slasher on the flank does
Nice.
not guess exactly where Maxi is.
Beautiful.
Kill. Maxi
That was a
goes
good read.
on out.
We knew it was going to be C split.
Down, and
Shooter is
it's
also very good in
exactly
Jet.
what you recommended.
Yeah, Shooter is
Find
good.
those clean rounds, find those anti.
Storax also used to be very good in Jet एक time पे.
Elmi Moore using the Hunter's Fury.
Darion के लिए आज रात
using
हवन होगा.
overdrive. I believe Shiro also used the tour de force, and it just did not pan out at all. That's a lot of commitment for virtually nothing at all. They've only found one kill. NC Slasher was able to find one, but Maxi and Redla just locked it down.
Maxi, very tough to flank the
Night Rider. Night Rider.
cover from behind. I wonder what's in here.
See Shazam tweet where he's training Shroud on how to drop the spike. Yeah.
Darian picking up the early one here. Not an eco buy here from ONIC as they're looking for picks. See if they can gain some advantage as Darian backs on off, realizes, hey,
GG Lagrab.
our superior utility, our superior gun advantage, and just hand it on over to NC Slasher. Sure, why not? Darian dying early. The Vandal does not get picked up quite yet, but the spike is down.
Nice, Maxi. Nice pit.
No, it will
What a
not
flash
just
pit.
Darian
Second flash was so good.
and ONIC give another one up here to bleed, as expected. But they've got to start turning things around now. 7-5 was their worst half score, and that was back on map number 1. But they're going to need to pull 3.
Night Rider भी है बोला तो हाँ.
It's looking difficult for
Did
them
you see
because
this
nothing's really
hand
working
track
on their
right here,
side of
Rider?
bleed.
No.
Their defensive playbook is so deep. Their reads are so great. You take a look at this crossfire, the flash into Darian's peak. It did not pan out, but Lenny and Pith were still able to hold strong on that side. Lenny finding a first kill, Pith with a supportive utility, and Maxi coming out of window, finding the kills as they find all of ONIC's players.
Yeah, and here's the
Wonderful.
thing, like if you're ONIC, you're like, wow, we are getting on site. We are being put in position to land our shots. And we've seen them in one of those rounds earlier where they were on Sheriffs and Headhunters. They pulled that round back. But right now, their shots are not landing. It's not that their strategies
Baba.
are poor. It is the
कुछ
fact
देना ना
that
मेरे को.
they're getting outgunned right
Coffee,
now. I don't even
lollipop.
think it's bleed outgunning though. I do think it's ONIC missing some shots, the fatigue setting on in, because we know how good this team can be when they're vibing.
Night Rider नीचे से
Exactly
बस
that,
jet.
and
Wow.
from this timeout, maybe we can see a difference. Like you mentioned,
Nice,
every
7-2.
timeout is more or less a change
I
of
hope
pace.
Bleed finish this quickly.
They have not tried B thus far. We've only seen them
Give my
play
legs
A
some
or
rest
C.
before the
They
NLCQ.
might want to try something else. I'm not sure what's going to come out of this timeout, or are they going to try A yet again, but with a little bit of a variation because they've been stopped in their tracks so many times by Lenny and or
Wow,
Darian
Dad.
every single
Full
time.
buys. Shooter buys jet in SA?
we go.
I don't think so.
Full buys on in for ONIC. 2 operator shots missing there by Darian. Fast lane pops on up. Lenny trying to keep an eye on it. Here's some bunny hopping. But Severine and Moniette, they win
Let's
the
go.
battles. In comes Redland Pith and trades on back. Redland gets
Beautiful
another one
Redland
down
Maxi.
to 1. It's another chapter in the same story.
The same thing happening over and over again. They get onto the side, but it's just not enough. Redla and Maxi, we've seen them so many times show up on a
Oh, see this one
They're
way.
the ones who are locking down
Only
the
India
side.
play
They did it on
masters.
C,
Time
they're
and
now
time.
doing it on A. They have control over the spike. And Redla just racking up the frags. Got a triple this round. He and Maxi are playing such a good crossfire right now that I don't think Shiro has any chance of winning this round. Or never mind. You go for a 1v2.
I didn't want to counteract you. And oh, Shiro, this is what they needed. Finally, it's not the way that they wanted. They were able to get onto the site, but Shiro has that hero moment. And ONIC, this is what they've done throughout the day. When they look down and out, someone on ONIC is able to look deep within themselves and make a play happen. And this time, Shiro pulls it back 7-3. They still got him out in the climb. But man, what a play here.
They had a crossfire set up on site and
It's
they
okay, just a
decided to
round.
just skeet all down to sewers, leaving Maxi
1v1 pick नहीं था वो लोग दोनों पीछे जा रहे थे टाइमिंग पकड़ लिया शीरो ने
decided to take the one
दोनों ए शॉट जा रहे थे
and because of that, Shiro was just able to take 2 1v1s because Redla also peaked just right after.
Timing's everything. Again, the power of the ONIC pause keeps them alive. Again, 7-3. They're gonna lose this half no matter what. But this Indonesian squad, with their proud fans behind them, still trying to rack up rounds and make it easier for them on defense. Man, how tough would that have been? Coach, we got on site. Coach, we had opening picks. Coach, we lost 4 members on site, and now it's a 1v2 yet again.
And the Hunter Sphere from Lenny, getting a little bit of information, but not really landing those Hunter Sphere. Very uncharacteristic because we've seen him almost 100% hit at least one. So this time around, Expending that utility early, trying to look for information, checks right, sees the chamber. Shiro is going to get spotted, but he gets away. And ONIC want to reset this. They want to go A again.
An early movement back by Elmi Moore. Nope, it's just one. Darian says, hey, everyone, they are here. We are gonna need some backup as... Oh, Severine gets on in and catches Redla on the rotation. Moniette with the slide, picking up a couple. And Shiro and Severine cleared things out. It's just one left alive.
That was a nice ult. Like the stream does, yep.
Finally gets outflanked. We have not seen that
Let's
happen
get 200
too
likes.
often here on Haven. And ONIC string 2 in a row after the timeout. Whoa. Wow.
They weren't supposed to get the 2 in a row. They weren't even supposed to get the first one. But Shiro made it happen. A little bit of missteps from Bleed. And then ONIC found a way to get onto that site. Bleed
Yeah, that was a nice
shuffled
ult.
their defense a little bit, leaving Darren alone. And unfortunately for them, that means it's just not enough to hold. This time around, they're resetting their defense to the exact same way that
हाँ, send much team करोगे? Yes,
ONIC
Ganesh.
want to try this A push yet again. Darion getting his courage. Has to jump away. He only has a bulldog in his name.
Yeah, 0 point, doing work there. As it forced the Blade Storm out. And again, we play towards A. A bit of early jostling for position by ONIC, but
8-4 हो जाए.
lead then
वही 8-4 चाहिए.
back on off and we slow it down. We start to sit with our thoughts. Are we rotating? Are we staying? Are they rotating?
You don't know, but right now it seems like Bleed have a pretty good read. But as I say that, they've decided, okay, maybe not. Maybe it's not A. They've emptied out A, but ONIC have a one-track mind, and they just want to go back to this A site.
Here we go, Severine leading the way as we follow along as the 6th man.
Yeah, Boom, A and ONIC all playing
wide open.
Neon on Haven
I think
and targeting A.
we are very
And LCQ
afraid
Watchparty,
of
yes.
the push towards B. Here we go. We hear all the information as we've seen over and over again. The fast lane gets Moniette onto the site, but this time Retla drops the lockdown. Will the lineup work? Trying to land the shock darts to knock it on out. Yes, it does. What a lineup here. And so no lockdown to worry about. Moniette getting blasted away by the aftershock, but NC Slasher takes the space and picks up 3. Maxi now from Haven, or from Heaven. Trying to slow down Shiro. And it's able to do it with these. Has 3 more to take care of. But ONIC, after looking down and out, 7-2, comeback, rifle off, 3 in a row. One of them that they had
No, 6 all हुआ था Xbox पे PH.
and are right back in it.
Nuts.
You mentioned it when it was down 7-2 for ONIC. They needed 3 in a row to match their worst score in the
That
map
one
thus
we
far,
do
and they did it. And they did it with repetition. They kept going A, and it worked every
should have been
single
such a
time. For
clean
some reason,
round.
Bleed did
8-2
not
और
have
पैसे
the
नहीं
answers
होते.
to that, where they actually had the answers at the beginning of
Should have
the
been
road
at least a
to
9-3 half.
I'm not sure where this ONIC came from, but they found something off of that timeout. Something
They found nothing of that timeout one. It was that
able
1v2.
to get them these last 3 rounds to make it a competitive map.
To me, it literally has to be a great leadership structure for ONIC.
Yeah.
Because they're executing this same A retake over and over again because someone on the team is able to realize it's working. We're getting on the site. We're in there. We're just not landing our shots. And that's something we can fix with repetition. And they're able to do it. And again, we just keep playing here on A. But Shiro with the hero play. Oh my gosh. Lining them back on up. And then after that, Bleed on the back foot. Starting to deal with their own lacerations. As we got ourselves a 7-5 halftime. Again, on
Seventh round के बाद round चले जाते
all
हैं.
Indonesian
Nice
lineup
observation.
with BOOM Esports waiting in the wings.
ये भी ले जाओ.
This hotbed of FPS talent trying to get their opportunity to showcase on the global stage.
Yeah, we haven't seen an Indonesian team go to the global stage, and right now,
Asian Valorant is pure chaos, love it. Yep.
with this, it means Indonesia secures a full
pause.
team to champions.
Sure,
If we win.
it's an if. Singapore, Malaysian fans, fans of Pith and Maxi, hoping for the opposite right now. Because you can imagine having been number 3.
Yeah,
Probably
it's
the
chaos.
clear number 3
For the
Hello,
longest
Mr. That.
time,
Hello, Justin.
all
What's up?
year.
all year might
Happy Raksha
Last
Bandhan to
year, I
you
think
too.
they've shown signs of really reaching that third place spot. Just could not overcome the two staples in Paperex and Xerxia. But if it's between Bleed and ONIC right now, and if Bleed go to champions, that for Singaporean and Malaysian fans, that would be amazing because that means there'll be two teams from the region. The only other team in APAC that's done that is Thailand. But
Yeah,
again,
I don't know you were streaming this. Yeah, closer.
And I think that SGMY fans definitely
I
want
just share it on my Facebook and Twitter.
Boon to the Singapore and Malaysian region, but what a treat for any fan of all of APAC.
No more
This is
shopping, no more to be
aggressive
executed and stuff.
Valorant.
Matlab,
It is bucking
I
the
remember
trend
even
after
BLT
having
used,
streaks
Kappa used
again
this lineup as well. This is a
off
very
of
common
being in
lineup.
the lead
Right.
and punishing those on
But what is
equals.
fascinating is
We're
if you
now
saw,
getting to
if
the
you see
scrappy
on it,
bits.
there are
As
clear
we
patterns.
start
One is their
second half,
flexibility.
7 to 5.
They have
Only
3
2
different chambers
rounds
for 3
between
different
them.
maps
Only
now.
a half
Okay.
left
Elmi,
before
Severin,
we
and
go to
now
the grand finals of the
Shiro.
LCQ as Shiro misses his first couple of shots, has to rendezvous back to safety. Slasher trying to hit with the right click of the Classic, but classically loses that fight. Now Elmi Moore picks up 2, still alive at 22, gets 3, and that's a
Damn.
big one here.
Elmi Moore is
Again,
such a beast.
Bleed have won majority of the pistol rounds. Maxi very low, and the spike down C-Long.
He doesn't have any information. He doesn't even know that both of them.
No, I don't think the timeout
That's why he's
did
pushing in the
anything,
corner,
Justin.
uses the dark
They were
corner.
still losing that
But this is
the
really
2v1. It was just Shiro caught the timing and killed Pith,
He's the one
killed the Delta.
Whatever, he was surprised that there was a
And then
jump scare
the
of
chamber
2
plus.
people
Not really,
fighting
Madhav.
on his own.
I think it's interesting.
Like, hey, wait.
And also all Indonesian teams,
We normally play
all
one
Indonesian teams
on
going
the
for
this time
this
we decided
neon
we're
on
sitting right
Haven.
top of it, a change of
Madhav.
pace
That
here
is
by
also
ONIC.
and just interesting observations.
And we've seen so
I
many
don't
of these
really like
changes
that,
of
but
pace. Usually after
interesting
pauses,
observations.
sometimes like a pause.
Yeah, normal. Yeah, it is. They probably strategized,
Small five
trying to
clicks,
figure
yeah.
out what they wanted to do. Bleed.
This area is only so addictive.
Normally finding great
Hmm.
entries, great starting rounds, great pistol rounds. ONIC
Oh,
actually not
no!
finding that as Elmi Moore with the lineups take Darion
Yeah,
down. They
yeah,
knew it
yeah.
was going to be an A push. They had
No, it's like
anticipated it.
Indonesia as a region, the top 4 teams, they all play
Hit a lot,
neon on
29
neon.
HP.
Like in terms of APAC, you don't see that much, but
That ONIC
Mean
has
shouters
in their
again, yeah.
possession now. ONIC as well doing the bleed again. Bleed normally buying up to rifles in round number 2. You got one bulldog, but still full armor here. And so far, it's been perfect. There's Severin.
I mean,
Hasn't
there
been
is one
touched
pro
yet.
is that because all 3 of them are behaviorally
A little bit
different,
of money.
the other team cannot put a finger on how the chamber will react to certain things. But I again don't like it much because it also varies. It also brings so much variance to your own style as well, which is bad. Who's Cruiser Magic? Cruiser, Sova, best Sova. 120 start, yeah.
The first
No.
series today was so close between ONIC.
That is the
and
only
this
pro though,
series
Malav.
also
That
has
is the
been
only pro. There are so many
13
cons to it,
all
so I
the
agree
way,
with
but
you.
man,
I don't
we
like
just
it
keep
personally,
hitting
but
the
I
ONIC
can
score
I can
every
find
single
sense
time.
in it.
Every time we
If
feel
you can do it, if you
ONIC
can
are
pull
on
it
the
off,
back foot,
hey man,
they find
go
a way
for
to
it.
fall back. And Bleed are the ones looking at themselves right now. It's like,
कुछ भी
what
खेले टीम में
happened?
provide
What
करता
happened
value.
to our 7-2 lead that eroded? And now it's 7-7.
It's because of his
ONIC
mechanical
have
ability.
matched them.
Yes.
Oh boy. It
Cons
is
of playing
a,
Neon and Heaven?
First to 6. Best of
There are
best of
no
14,
real
best of
cons,
best of
I'd
11.
say.
Yeah, best of 11.
Then, like,
basically
not
between
cons,
these two
but
squads.
I think with
Yeah,
Neon
best
you
of
need to
11.
condition your
As
opponents a
ONIC,
bit
they
more.
get aggressive.
Something
This
which
is what
I
they
haven't
always
found
do on defense. They like to make the map
on attack.
small,
Like even
pushing
in
out
Onyx attack, I didn't
short.
find the conditioning part, to
Severin,
be very
got
honest.
out, Moniette.
They were changing, switching the tempo of the same calls. That is one thing I liked. But apart from that, they were not conditioning the opponents. They were not using the fakes, which they can with Neon.
Exactly what
The C rushes and C split is very common with Neon. Every team knows it. That is common, so that they were doing. That's okay. But they were not abusing the Neon, let's say, skill set as much as I would have liked, especially with, you know, a KO here. I think a breach, they would have been better. I think that is the difference. I think Boom plays a breach.
Oh, Moniette, although he got
Boom and
blocked
Alter Ego, they both play
Aftershock
breach.
takes down
Victor
one.
plays really good Neon, but not
Trades
in
on
Neon.
back.
Spawns are
Under
playing.
hell is Darian, the angel of hell, and now bleeds.
Let's
starting to
go.
rain down. Severin still close. looking to add
Practice
to the
over,
pace
my
that
love.
Shiro has as the Bulldog takes a bite out of Darian. 3v2, Lenny low down to 20 HP, but Redla has an eye on the corner where Severine is. Shiro starting to push on in. They're going to sync up the push, but
Yeah.
Redla
For
is
me,
ready. The reload's not
personally.
going to be enough as Maxi is watching his teammates back, and Bleed strike first in our best of 11.
That was the exact same spot that Shiro fought at 1v2 against Maxi.
G
And Redla
always
almost
practicing.
found Redla yet again, but Maxi's like, not this time. Stops him in his tracks.
ONIC winning
able
the
to
shot.
get
Yeah,
the win
nice.
on
Keep
this
jinxing.
buy
Thank
round.
you. I know you're jinxing. Keep
Man,
doing
it
your
just
job.
feels like a mentality reset by both these squads after each round.
But this is the
It
crucial
is
round.
a rifle
This
buy-up
is the make
here
or break
by
round for
Bleed.
like there's the
Low
first
armor,
crucial
the
round
low
and the
armor here by
future
Darian, and you
rounds.
get the full buy here by
Good
ONIC,
bonus
by
for ONIC,
everyone
yeah.
except Severine. This is an economically important round for
Yeah.
ONIC. A buy is possible here for Bleed if they do lose this one because of that big round win and how
G is
many
also
players
playing
stay
lead
alive.
invitation. There
He
is
can choose to
lead
do that.
invitation has
He can
been
also just choose to
postponed or cancelled for
what
now,
Bleed like
right?
doing, come
Because
out
of riot
with a
rules
victory.
and
Really
regulations.
not losing that many players as Monyet tries
Right,
to hold on this A long.
He does all
Bleed
the
are
good.
poking at
Wow,
A,
bitch.
not really fully committing just yet, but Darion is pushing forward as he always does. As
From
he
the bleed
leads the charge for
and
Bleed.
yeah.
Darian is on the wraparound.
It's
waiting to
okay
see
though
if
as long as they can convert this round.
be sitting up A, because again, it just feels like ONIC is on attack sometimes. They just are like constantly fighting for all the inches that Bleed normally give up on defense. As the 0 point going to give information on over. Darian suppressed for a little bit longer. Does not have tailwind anymore. Retla also.
NC Slasher is ready with his
That's the shorty spot.
Util.
Spot one.
Nice,
shorty
man.
Spot two. Knows that NC Slash is a little bit further up, but Darian has struck.
Nice.
The smoke able to get one, and someone catch that smoke and
They're not
got
checking the
Elmi
corner.
more with trigger blizzard.
Beautiful.
Misses the shots, and Darian cleans it on up. Oh, if
I'm
you're
doing my
Elmi more,
part.
he's had so many of those moments, but that is not one that he's gonna want to remember. And Severine in
Yup.
the impossible
Crucial round 1.
1v5 situation, forced to back on off.
I think we should get to double figures now.
Jeez, Key.
And 7.
This is what we wanted from Bleed. This is what Bleed wanted.
And then we need one more
This
round. We need to go to
they
11.
wanted to save as many guns as
Are
they
you in
can, and it
association
looks to
with
be a
Bleed?
flawless
Swapnil,
one that they
yes.
found for
You can
free
check
kills and
descriptions
all
or
that
in my,
stuff.
or not description, but in
I'm
my
not gonna
about
go do
section.
This 1v1, there's no chance that I'm doing this. So he's just trying to save his
Never
phantom.
really short
even
while
sneaking away,
most of
walking away all the way to
Ah.
see Bleed are going to be so happy with this round.
Again, I said the economy was okay on the side of Bleed, but no one dying means it's going to be fantastic on the opposite
Yes.
side. ONIC scraped together what they could for the buy. And
When they
now
save this, so they
they're
might
able to
be
go forward.
conditioned
Many
into
guns
maybe
here
forcing around
with
it as well. Bleed and
now
corners
on
are scary to
9
watch.
rounds, and Darian picking up 2, and Elmi Moore just wanted to line that one up. And he just took too
Bache
long.
bhai,
Darian
bache.
with the snap
Darian,
onto the
beautiful
head. Let's
check,
see that
good.
one more time through the smoke. No way. There's just no way you could see anything through that.
He knew someone was there. He just used, you know, he was.
They're
roughly
not
there.
really
I
buying,
saw
it's
here
a quasi buy.
In fact, it was NC Slasher who couldn't see Darren. Darren had a very good idea of where he was. Looks to be a quick push. Monyet finds a kill onto Darren, though, as Darren tried to hold that, wanted to get
Oh,
both
we
of them.
were lucky
It's
here.
gonna be
We were
an
lucky.
eco for ONIC with a save from
Could have
Severine.
lost
They do
two
have
people.
one Phantom. They're able to get a second one as well if they just creep
Yeah,
up
yeah,
and
we just
pick up Darren's gun.
yeah.
Well, there are many players
Okay.
watching that gun. They know that the
They're
economy
stuffing
for
aside, they're lurking behind.
So, the flashbang into the peak. Monyet gonna try to do as much damage as he can to Pith. Oh, Pith almost gets caught there.
Okay, they can hear all the sounds, so the rotation will be
So
quick.
Severine makes a little bit of noise, but here's the rotation. So the rest of the squad of ONIC are on the case. They rotate on over, and C will be a bloodbath.
Everyone is
15
happy
seconds.
if we go to champs.
Waiting, Paranoia coming out, hits two. The shot and
Paranoia.
from Maxi, he gets taken out by NC Slasher. There's the Hunter's Fury as well getting committed. It's going to be trades, but it's just Elmi
Yeah,
more left
2v1.
because he was using that Hunter's Fury. Bleed, it's an expensive round for them, but they look to have it. Elmi Moore, 49 HP on him, gets
It's
some
winnable.
damage done, and now it's winnable. He just needs to land one bullet. Body shot is fine as well. Both players very low right now, but it looks like Lenny is the one that's snaking around. He's going to whip. Oh, he does it! He misses the shots! He almost had it! He drops off wrong, and Elmi Moore finds the shot through the wall. How does that happen?
Who needs a recon dart when you got a recon brain? Elmi Moore with the clutch, as we've said over and over again. And making up for the round before. Imagine, remember, Elmi Moore, he had the trigger discipline to let everyone run by, misses the shots, feels terrible, but then comes back in this impossible situation. Lenny! Oh, redemption coming through for the Sova player, now tops the charts for his squad.
Lenny shot a few bullets, didn't connect with it, and decided to try to run. I think if he just sprayed that down, it probably would have gone in anyway. But Elmi Moore reacting in time, capitalizing on that mistake, able to steal that round away from Bleed. They've gotten away with murder twice this time around. There's the Hunter's Fury getting committed by Lenny. Shiro finds a kill though. He does tag Shiro down, but Maxi gets taken down, and Bleed are trying to rush into the side. It's getting a little bit messy. Darren finds a 1-for-1, but they all get decimated. It's all down to Lenny, who just can't find anything, and we are back to a tie game.
Timeout. We need a timeout, guys. We need a timeout. Top one. No one. Just one. Guys, timeout.
Train. And right now, it's time to go, as ONIC just said. All right, we're going on in. I was cracking up because Severine stepped in front, or who was it? Maxi stepped in front of Lenny and just took a ton of damage there. And then Shiro's able to answer back, and he trades the tour de force for the actual big boy that'll stay with the operator now in the hands of Shiro. And all right, we were at best of 11. How do you like best of 7? That's where we're at now. First to 4 rounds wins. 9-9. Map score 1-1 on the 6th map that ONIC have played today as they vanquished Team Secret earlier. Oh, jeez. And then whoever wins still has to go to bed and come back and do it again against BOOM in a best of 5 as Monyet ready for contact. Darian, Monyet, Darian, Monyet, they're jiggling, they're wiggling. I'm running out of words to say, and finally there it goes.
Let's go, Darian.
The lineup is there. Severine closes them off.
Yeah, they find the lineup. Darren was able to get a 2-for-1 again. That's the value that Darren brings to the team. Always finds these. There's a Rolling Thunder coming in. Severine
Let's go.
Redla is there to receive. And Nancy Slasher tries to stay in hell, but he gets sent there instead. As Shiro finds one, but it's a 3v1. Kenny clutches yet again. He has the operator, not the best gun to do this. And he said no.
Yep.
No.
I immediately felt the same thing here for Shiro. I was like, yeah, you got the operator. Everyone died. Now's not the time to be the hero when the economy is still meh. You won a couple rounds in a row, but that is a very expensive gun.
Yeah, he got 1 kill.
Yeah.
And he looks at the map and they're like, oh, there's 3 more? Yeah, nah, I'm out of this.
Yeah.
Beautiful from Darian. That
Kanki and Komodo.
Yep.
Yeah.
that
Nah,
double.
Yeah. Nah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah. And it's done for the
Oh
round
my
because
God.
Bleed
And the
took
edge of my
over.
seat.
Darian took over. Such great timing from him on the swing as well. Monyet was not expecting someone so close, but when you're fighting against Darian, where you're facing this duelist, this angel of
And he thought it was clear because
finds ways to
for
take
the
so
only
many
two
of you
moves that
down
are very
by
best.
himself.
Or
He's been popping
that
off
would be
non-stop this
tucked
tournament,
inside shot.
and we are seeing one really regarded as one of the best players in APAC.
Yeah, thank you, ONIC. I needed a timeout.
Need a breather here, as ONIC does as well. Just looking at the
When he wasn't even jiggling the string one.
ONIC yet
Yeah.
again, because they won and
He was ready. He was getting ready to peak. He was getting ready to swing. ONIC is an Indian esports organization founded by Mumbai native Poojan Mamesh. They are best known for the Valorant roster that is qualified for 2 computer attackers.
Cosplay and
Oh yeah,
Darian, the beneficiary of that one.
it's their brothers. It's
I don't think so. I think
ONIC G's brothers.
other
They're
teams
equal.
sort of
They're just like, oh,
dropped down, except ONIC.
They
Just
line
line
it
them up.
Yeah.
I think ONIC versus BOOM is a local rivalry.
Too good.
That's what it is. The synergy's
Boom.
too good.
They're all thinking
Bleed.
to move at the exact same time, at the
No, no,
exact
no.
same angle, and then unfortunately for them, they're just
They have
too much in
definitely
sync.
improved, but I wouldn't say a lot.
Oh, a little bit too much in sync.
All right, take a look at that economy. Elmi Moore has no buy here. Monyet does have the overdrive. Severine does have from the shadows, and NC Slasher has no command. But what do they decide to do here? Monyet's gonna buy the gun anyways. Will he toss it down? No, I guess not.
I think Monyet should buy the gun for Elmi Moore and use
Yeah.
the overdrive and
Yeah.
at least have something. Darren, on the other hand, yeah, same thing. will have the Blade Storm dropped his rifle to his teammates.
All right, well,
Oh, Guardian.
okay, there it is. So Guardian buy up here for Elmi Moore trying to find the head. Shiro
Got the
getting
lead.
shock darted early on
Yay
out
for
as
the
he's been holding that
LCQ.
short spot, or a
Just
short spot
the
for quite
Just
some
of the
time.
one.
As we've got a garage defense by Moniette, but no one covering B to start things off. Retla, he's ready. On to the site we go. Darian into the cloud burst. As Moniette's still hanging by, and the B site take will be theirs. And oh, Darian gets through unpunished, and now just playing a game of hide and seek gets taken down. Slasher doesn't want to play these games. Elmi Moore says, I don't need a full rifle. Give me the Guardian. That's good enough. Maxi trying from up top, tough angle, drops down, not gonna get it. And it's just Retla left alive. He knows that Severine is waiting in the shadows in heaven, but he's got to make a decision. He's going for it. The team is pinging the spike. They cannot see him, and Retla will lose this round. He will take down one, but he's going to lose his gun as well. He takes another, but it's 10-10 as ONIC tie it back on up.
Very
Put
solid
time on
from
Rado.
Bleed there. They took control over the B side. Pushed a little too far forward. Darren was trapped. They tried to bail him out, but because of that, a lot of them died because Elmi Moore says, I'm the guardian of this lane, finds the kills, and they make it a 3-0 off of that.
And that looked like the playbook that Boom did to Bleed before. It was find ways to separate Darian. This time it was self-inflicted as Darian went too far, but they were able to do so there as Darian and the rest of the squad, they continue to push on. Retla does not have a gun to start, and Moniette on the flank, able to pick up a couple and works his way on out to safety. It is a 3v4. Maxi gets red. And so from the shadows, no value there. And ONIC, they have the opportunity to break the economy of Bleed here with a best of 5 rounds left at 10-10.
This really hurts, especially for Bleed. They were trying to build up the lead, but so many rounds were just stolen by ONIC.
I don't think he is, but
The 1v2 by Elmi Moore.
team.
And then that round
Means
previous
what round
they
just moved on to
had
him.
the
Yeah,
guy,
yeah,
they
yeah,
had the
definitely.
space as Maxi tries to find information. Great paranoia though. He's able to stop them or at least discourage them from getting back onto the site. But it's still a 3v4. ONIC still have the advantage here.
And Severine, he got tagged in the head through the wall, stays alive, and Maxi, here he is, a classic flanker's flank. A lot of the focus is on the site. Will Maxi get some value as the fighting begins? Lenny sees the barrel of the operator. It goes down. In the shadow is Severine, but there's Lenny with one left alive. Oh,
Yes!
He does it with a 1v3
Oh.
clutch. Lenny with the 3.
Oh, Lenny, you are a god, man.
It's ONIC's turn to lose rounds that they shouldn't be losing.
Lenny, you are a
Lenny
god.
with 1v3 stuck in the
Okay.
corner, back against the crate, able to find the kills. That dark cover actually helped him instead. I think they wanted to use that dark cover to shove him out, but instead
Match
he
volume
peeks
उधर से किया हुआ है वैसा
peeks
वो.
out, hides
उल्टे
back
है.
in, somehow just shot through the smoke and
Guys,
found
Lenny
that
is a
kill.
god.
Had to have heard the drop down. Had to have heard
Had
the
to have
drop down, or knew that he's coming from the dark
Long
cover.
sea, yeah.
So had to be dropping from there either.
God.
But, oh, that's a hero moment if we've seen one so far. And we've seen a lot of them. As now it's ONIC on a funky buy. They will
Oh.
be able to buy next round. But Severine on a judge. NC Slasher on a judge. We're just going to hold these tight corners and help me more. He does it over and over again. Pith gets taken out this time. And oh, here comes NC Slasher. Please give me the call. It's time to adjudicate them. There's one, there's two, and NC Slasher does the damage. A 4v2 left up for Bleed as they were the ones on the bye.
They had full rifles and they just get destroyed off of that first kill from the sheriff. The judge whittles their numbers down. And ONIC are yet to steal a round. They look like they're about to steal this again from Bleed. Unless oh no! Unless Bleed can do something about it, but can they? As they just get thriftied yet again.
Lenny को मत दो शरीफ.
Singapore, Malaysia, how you feeling? Indonesia, how you feeling? It is so good right now. 11-11. One map apiece in this best of 3 maps. And Elmi Moore cannot let go. If you are a Bleed fan, you're like, please, Elmi Moore, stop doing this to us when you're not supposed to. If you are an ONIC fan, you're like, Darian, please stop fragging us out. Please stop fragging us out. But here we go. Tied right on up. Again, first to 13. If we tied at 12, we'll go to overtime. Somehow the first overtime of the day. And yet again,
Let's go.
getting picked off by his own team's Hunter's Fury. But Lenny opens it on up onto Severine.
Let's
There's
go,
Max
Maxi.
Getting one. There's Redla getting another. And they're falling apart. And Redla does it right on back. He
Bhai, Retla, bhai, Retla.
and then comes up huge with the Sheriff. He rounds him up and arrests round number 23 and Bleed
Come on, guys,
match
finish it.
point.
You said it, the Indonesian
Finish
fans,
it,
the
guys.
ONIC fans are saying, please, Redla, stop, please don't do this. And look at what he does, he just swings. He gets a triple. Oh,
It's a
baby,
cosplay.
what a triple from Redla.
And Monyet, there's not much he can do there.
Who's Big IGL? Maxi.
We take a look at the buy.
Come
It
on,
is
guys. Maxi,
ugly.
what
And the
lurk.
Stinger is gonna have to provide
That
some
kill
value
on
by Shiro.
so
He is
was
2 ulti
immense.
points away from Tour de Force. Again, this is the final round in
Lenny again with
isolation.
his ult, and
And
then
so NC
obviously
Slasher
Retla
as well on a judge.
completing the
Got
job.
value out of it last time. Where is he holding this time? Holding Garage, but it is a full C play.
Micro
And that
guys,
has
now
everyone
guys,
bamboozled on the side of ONIC. Severine
let's go,
gets
good
one,
trade.
So it slows it down. NC Slasher.
We have to fall back. Nice killjoy ult.
Yeah, the judge.
This is why you play Breach.
This time around,
This
and
is why you don't play
Bleed
KO.
Found their home, and that's Seaside this time. That's their haven. This is their map. This is their series. They're trying to hold it together. They're trying to hold it still. 4v4.
Oh, here comes the fast lane, clearing out the covers. Monyet. NC Slasher gets no value out of the judge. Just one left alive, and it's Pith as Elmi Moore and the rest of ONIC have got it multiple times. No, Monyet gets off the spike. Here comes Pith. He chose concussion. Will he be able to get it? No, it is the win for ONIC, and we're going to overtime. Just like my voice is going out the window.
How does that happen? They had control over the side. Pith, he was almost able to rescue that. He thought about going for the stun. He gets stunned instead by the relay bolt. He finds the 2 kills here. Just gets a little bit conservative. Does not think about what utility to use. He's scrambling. Switches his guns. Does not shoot at the right corner where the spike is. The plan actually went against him. And now we're finally going to overtime. You mentioned it. How has there been no overtime today? Well, here you have it. Between Bleed and ONIC on Haven, this best of 3 series has been reduced to
That is why
2
Breach is
wins the
better.
first 2 rounds. Best of 3 of 2 rounds.
My goodness. I am so happy I would have it no other way.
No words,
Sorry,
man.
fans at home. I'm sure you're having heart palpitations right now, but you can only imagine what it's like in the team rooms right now for both of these squads. Your whole 2022 season coming down to the line right here, right now. Win them back to back, and you move on. Lose them, and you wonder what could have been.
Both teams are so gassed. Like just taking a look at how they're playing, how all the structure
Because
that's
of
coming
toxic
from the first 2
saying
maps, the
hashtag
first
ONIC gaming India.
from both teams have just fallen apart. And it just seems like they're just trying to find as many kills as they can, trying to find the duels, trying to win. Both sides just losing uncharacteristic rounds.
Come on,
that
guys,
they
2 more
shouldn't
rounds,
be
guys. 2
losing,
more
And
rounds.
because of that, we're brought to this overtime.
Stinger.
Let's not think about think about that, guys. Think positively. Think
What the
positive,
heck,
guys.
ONIC G?
Think
What a
positively.
comeback yet again.
We need 2 more rounds, guys. 2
You know,
more
when we
rounds.
think comebacks, we think, all right, they're down like 12-5. They came back 12-12, forced it. This is like each round momentum comeback. On eco or half buys.
Yes, guys. Let's hashtag bleed win,
forced
guys, in the chat.
buys.
Hashtag bleed or hashtag bleed win.
There's
Come on.
nothing between these 2 squads each round, so economy is not an excuse. It's about how you play, and Monyet, yet again, getting onto the site, using the neon as NC Slasher and Monyet do the work, and Pith can't answer either. Smooth like butter, they're on the site. Lenny through the wall, but he gets taken down. It's all up to Darian. He's had some big moments in the past. NC Slash is the only one that has any damage, but he has a ton of kills and takes away the abilities from Darian using the null command. They do not know exactly where he's at. He shot a couple of bullets, but it was during the voice line, so maybe they didn't hear.
Potentially could not have heard it. If there's anyone that can pull off this 1v4 though, it's Darion. If there's anyone on Bleed that can pull off a miracle, it's Darion. But he gets caught out. The smoke dissipates just as he walks out. The timing did not favor him at all. And ONIC have reversed this. They're the ones on match point this time.
Holy cow, Bleed are being put to the sword for the first time. And now you gotta wonder what they're made of. What's your blood type? Is there championship in there? We find out right now, because ONIC, I think no one can take away what they've done. No one can take away how far they've come today. And again, remember how important it is to the whole country of Indonesia to get a team to the global stage. ONIC are a round away from doing that.
Bleed going for the A play this time around. This
Come on,
failed
guys, come
so
on.
many times for them. C
Come on.
was a successful one, but they decided to change gears yet again. And ONIC, they're ready to receive this. They have 3 members on A. They have a 4th rotating already. And if Bleed are not ready for this, can Darion find a lineup yet again? It's Shiro with the operator.
No way.
Not swinging just yet. There's the owl drone coming out. Oh, they see the knee. Shiro stands his ground. They don't know that the operator is here just yet. They just know that there's a Sova. Flash coming out. They're the ones going up. Instead, LB more fights too. NC Slasher finds one, but Redla returns 1 kill. Shiro finds a kill. It's all down to Redla. Can ONIC do this?
In the blind, Darian did an updraft 360 and then get shot in the back. And now it's Redline a 1v4. He's the man that pushed us into that match point during regulation, but this is a huge ask. Indonesia on the cusp of making history in the form of ONIC. The head is shown. He's busy. He's trying to stay alive for a little bit longer. Fakes the plant and just throw bodies on it. There it is. ONIC have done it. Your winners in this bloodthirsty match. They have the blood of champions, and it's Indonesia that will have a team making it to champions.
They've secured the Indonesia versus Indonesia Grand Finals again in this LCQ, and it's as he mentioned.
See you. Thank you for visiting the stream, guys. Thank you for supporting Bleed. Yeah, man. Like the stream and subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I'll be hopefully back with the LCQ. Yeah, tonight. See you. Yeah, they played well. Yeah, we do have Watchparty for LCQ. Yeah. It's alright. So look, guys, I'll be back. Please do like the stream if you're here, and do subscribe if you're new. Thank you for watching the stream, guys. Thank you for supporting Bleed. Looks like the curse is real. Yeah, our 3rd place curse continues. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you, guys. See you.